There is a feeling that, even knowing it's unattainable, remains deeply buried in one's heart. Just when you think you've moved on, an unexpected encounter pulls you back in again. Yes, they met again. It was 3 years after Zhang Yaoyao was rejected by that man. He appeared again, right after she was betrayed by her cheating boyfriend. The woman had endured 3 years away, only to return and discover her boyfriend's infidelity. Most people in this situation might just cry, make a scene, or threaten suicide. But Zhang Yaoqian wasn't that kind of person. How could she easily let this couple off the hook? Her first action after getting off the plane was to deliver a special gift to her worthless boyfriend. She appeared wearing a haute couture dress, exuding elegance and infinite charm. At that moment, the couple was lost in their intimate moment, unaware they were about to receive an unforgettable lesson. Zhang Yaoqian casually took a glass from the waiter and threw it directly at the shameless couple, instantly cooling down their heated bodies. The two were completely stunned. Are you two still feeling hot now? Seeing it was Zhang Yaoqian, the scumbag suddenly became alert. What's wrong with you? Even if you don't get along with Yunxi privately, you shouldn't be this excessive. Oh really? So it's okay for her to be a homewrecker? Since she likes stealing other people's things so much, why don't I just give her to you directly? While speaking, Zhang Yaoqian grabbed Yunxi's hair. Do you want to take back this trash? The scumbag immediately pushed her away. We're in love with each other. Why do you have to be so clingy? The next second, Zhang Yaoqian slapped him across the face. Who allowed your dirty hands to touch me? Fu Yunxi, furious, came forward to argue. But Zhang Yaoqian slapped her too. How dare you hit me? I'm the Fu family's young lady. The Fu family won't let you get away with this. Zhang Yaoqian laughed mockingly. Young lady? Is that something to brag about? Who isn't? Your character might be terrible, but your acting is quite good. You've managed to make such shameless behavior seem righteous. We're all adults here. Why be so persistent? Can't we break up gracefully? Graceful? Have you lost your ability to speak? Or is your head just for decoration? Without even breaking up first, you couldn't wait to jump into bed together. Isn't that disgusting? If you hadn't been away all this time, failing your duties as a girlfriend, I wouldn't have fallen for someone else. How spectacular. I must have been blind to mistake trash for a human being. The scumbag, embarrassed and angry, raised his hand to hit her, but retreated at Zhang Yaoqian's glare. Coward, you're just wasting this lady's time. Fu Yunxi, this garbage is all yours now. Wish you eternal happiness. After being betrayed by her nemesis and her cheating boyfriend, Zhang Yaoqian felt sick to her stomach. Although she had already given that shameless couple a good beating, saving face inside and out, she still couldn't quell her anger. Now, she was venting about her bizarre experience to her best friend. Qian, you're so brave. Next time, remember to call us. What if that scumbag had actually hit you? You would have been at a disadvantage. They're the ones in the wrong. What do I have to fear? As she spoke, Zhang Yaoqian was already quite drunk. Qian, Fu Yunxi isn't one to be trifled with. After such a big humiliation, he probably won't let this go. You should be careful. Zhang Yaoqian laughed mockingly. If he dares to scheme against me, I'll make him. When I become his sister-in-law, with his brother backing me up, he'll have to kneel down and apologize to me. I need to go to the bathroom. Keep chatting. It seemed Qian was really drunk, otherwise she wouldn't make such bold claims. I remember Fu Yunxi's older brother was the one Qian had secretly loved before, even going crazy for him. She was head over heels for him, even hitting her head against the wall for him. The man sitting at the table behind them couldn't help but snicker. Brother, what a coincidence to meet here. Looks like you two have quite a destiny. So, are you planning to take her? Fu Jinlan's fingers lightly stroked the wine glass, showing no reaction. That girl is stunningly beautiful. Are you sure you're not moved at all? Watching the woman's retreating figure, the man downed his drink in one gulp, seemingly making an important decision. Using smoking as an excuse, he stood up and walked in Zhang Yaoqian's direction. At this moment, the woman, affected by alcohol, stumbled out of the bathroom looking somewhat distressed. Looking up, she saw someone she never expected to see. In her confused state, Zhang Yaoqian doubted whether the person before her was real. The man exhaled cigarette smoke and looked up at her. The moment their eyes met, the woman instantly sobered up. How could it be Fu Jingan? No, I must be too drunk. My vision must be blurry. She slipped, and the man instantly caught her. Oh no, it really is him. Don't tell me he heard all my excited nonsense from earlier? Thanks. She wanted to escape, but the man didn't give her the chance. He pulled her into his arms and said something that shocked her. I heard you want to get with me. Oh no, he really did hear. Oh God, brother. I was just drunk talking earlier. Please don't take it seriously. But when I see his face, I can't control myself. What should I do? Forget it, I should run. Good looks aren't important. Survival comes first. Watching her flee in panic, Fu Jinan rarely showed a smile. She's really grown up. Unexpectedly, the fleeing girl was caught by her own uncle. Sorry I'm late. I just happened to run into my niece and brought her along. At this moment, Jiang Yaoqian was completely different from before, extremely well-behaved. Those heartless friends. My uncle's just a forensic doctor, not a ghost, yet they ran faster than rabbits. Such fake friends. Jinlan, you two should know each other, right? You used to teach her. The little one, pretending not to care, secretly perked up her ears. It was absolutely adorable. Of course I remember, and we just met earlier. Good that you remember. Please help me take care of this troublesome kid in the future. When did you come back? Why didn't you notify me? A girl shouldn't be so reckless. Uncle, I'm not a child anymore. I've heard about what happened with that scumbag. It's good that you broke up. I always said you two weren't suitable. With your personality, it probably takes someone special to handle you. Someone save me. He's nagging again. Why bring up such an unpleasant topic? Unexpectedly, Fu Jinlan came to her rescue. That's enough. Yeah, old Chung, aren't you just rubbing salt in the young lady's wounds? Then it was time for adult conversation. Jiang Yaoqian couldn't help but steal glances at the man before her. Still so handsome, simply irresistible. But the next moment, Fu Jinan caught her staring. No way. What did that look in his eyes mean? Feeling awkward, Jiang Yaoqian started drinking to ease her embarrassment. She secretly cursed herself for being so weak. Just one look from this man left her completely flustered. Might as well just get completely drunk. Then she wouldn't know anything. But what she didn't expect was that after she got drunk, her uncle had to go to the hospital and couldn't take her home. So he left her with Fu Jinlan. Jinlan, how will you take her home? I remember you've never carried a girl before. Want me to demonstrate? Unexpectedly, Fu Jinlan said nothing. He walked straight to the woman and picked her up without any hesitation or awkwardness. Brother, what's going on? Finally changing your ways. His friend asked him to help take his niece home, but the man took her straight to his own bed. The girl who thought she could avoid interacting with him by getting drunk now found herself sitting in his arms by accident. She had really shot herself in the foot. After Fu Jinlan carried her into his private car, he covered her with his coat and instructed the driver to go to the Jiang family villa. But the next second, the half-drunk girl started protesting. I don't want to go back to the Jiang house. But I promised your uncle I'd take you back. Be good. Hearing this, Jiang Yaoqian started acting up drunkenly. She pushed him away. No, I don't want to go back to the Jiang house. Like a little girl throwing a tantrum. In the struggle, the woman's proud chest was fully exposed. Fu Jinlan was momentarily stunned. He quickly turned his head away. Although it was quite a sight, he had to maintain his dignity. He quickly covered her with the clothes and secretly vowed to himself he must never let her get drunk again. After tying a knot, he suggested, "Then I'll take you to your uncle's house." But the little woman refused again. "No, I've been drinking. Grandfather will be angry if he sees me." "Then where do you want me to take you?" After mumbling for a while, Yaoqian gave an answer she would deeply regret later. "I want to go to a hotel." The man's expression immediately became serious. "Are you sure about where you want to go?" Jiang Yaoqian, with a charming face, lightly touched Fu Jinlan's thin lips with her finger. She giggled and slowly leaned closer to him. But the next second, she fell straight asleep. "Are you sure you're not deliberately teasing me?" Yaoqian's sleep was restless. Perhaps seeing Fu Jinlan again made her dream of the rejection from years ago. When she went crying to Fu Jinlan about being bullied by her brother and confessed her feelings, he showed no intention of helping. He directly rejected her. His words, "I don't like you," kept echoing in her dreams, refusing to fade. "Well, I don't like you either. I'll never like you again." Seeing Jiang Yaoqian's sad expression, "Qian, are you having a nightmare?" Jiang Yaoqian slowly opened her eyes. Seeing Fu Jinlan before her, she thought she was still dreaming. She casually asked, "Where is this?" "This is a hotel." "Hotel? Fu Jinlan, you really are a scoundrel. Bringing me to a hotel? Are you trying to take advantage of me? Don't be silly. You're drunk. Looking at the handsome face before her, Jiang Yaoqian began to be unconsciously enchanted again. Since it's just a dream anyway, wouldn't it be a waste not to do something? Fu Jinlan kept reminding himself not to take advantage. She wasn't clear-headed. It wouldn't be rational for either of them. He planned to leave quickly after tucking her in, as he wasn't sure what might happen next. However, his remaining rationality was shattered by the woman's next move. Don't go. You don't know what you're doing. The woman, unaware of the danger, wrapped her arms around his neck. They gazed at each other, slowly drawing closer. The next moment, she took control and pushed Fu Jinlan down. Now let's see how you escape. She started undressing him while he was helpless. Fu Jinlan was speechless. Have you been checking me out for a long time? At this moment, the man was tortured to the brink of collapse by this little temptress. Though he knew he shouldn't, he could no longer suppress his desire for her. His remaining rationality only wanted to confirm one thing. Do you still like me? Answer honestly, because this is my limit of endurance. Of course I like you. I've liked you for so long. This isn't just drunk impulse. The young woman was now impatient. Really? How can a grown man talk so much? Afraid he still wouldn't believe her, she went straight for it and kissed his lips. Now will you finally shut up? Don't regret this, because I won't suppress these feelings anymore. Once we start, I won't let you have a chance to run away. The next second, he took control. Perhaps it was male nature in this aspect. His masculine dominance left Jiang Yaoqian no room for resistance. His hand directly touched her forbidden area. He would make this little girl who had been torturing him all night pay the price. The strange sensation made Jiang Yaoqian cry out, Fu Jinlan, what are you doing? You're hurting me. Facing the woman's pleas, the man showed no signs of backing down. Instead, he sealed her lips directly, slowly savoring their mutual madness. But the man's somewhat rough behavior revealed his urgency and inexperience. The arrival of dawn meant another show was about to begin. Jiang Yaoqian, who had been tormented all night, woke up first. The extreme exhaustion and pain made her wonder if she'd been beaten, but she was stunned by the sight behind her. No way. Why was Fu Jinlan in her bed? Although this was her dream, she never expected it to come true. The hazy memories of last night helped her understand what had happened. The struggling and falling. The forceful kiss. Jiang Yaoqian, what were you doing? He rejected you so clearly back then. Didn't you promise to stay away from this man? Now you've thrown yourself at him. What's wrong with you? Will he think I'm loose and improper? I need to escape before he wakes up. When we meet again, I'll just say I don't remember anything. Play dumb. But last night's torment made it impossible for her to move. She collapsed to the ground. This beast, he was so rough. It hurts so much. The next second, the man picked her up. You're not a child. Why are you always so reckless? His tone revealed gentle affection. Are you uncomfortable anywhere else? His question made Jiang Yaoqian instantly angry. I'm fine, don't worry about me. Which meant she was really angry. Be good. Did you hurt yourself somewhere? Let me see. The young girl exploded instantly. You beast. Don't touch me. You're a shameless, indecent pervert. You're the one who made me like this. You took advantage of me, bringing me to a hotel. You shameless man. Unexpectedly, the man looked wronged. But last night you were the one who insisted on coming here. His face showed someone getting benefits, yet still acting coy. Besides, you said you wanted to be the big sister-in-law, and you kissed me first, holding on to me, not letting me leave. Before he could finish, Jiang Yaoqian immediately stopped him. How could you listen to a drunk person? Don't you know drunk people have no rationality? Besides, you could have pushed me away, then nothing would have happened. Actually, I was drinking too. I couldn't help myself, so it's not entirely your fault. Brother, why are you being so wishy-washy? Seems like no man is truly good, looking all abstinent and cold on the surface. But regardless of whether they like someone or not, they break down after a few flirts from a woman. But this was my first time, and it's just gone like this. Unexpectedly, the man's next words caught her off guard. Fu Jinlan looked at her with deep affection. If you're willing, we can get married. No way, did I hear wrong? What did you just say? The girl was just dreaming and bragging about being the sister-in-law. Who knew that when she woke up, her dream would come true? Did she step in dog poop today? How could she lose both love and virginity on the same day? Even TV dramas don't write stories like this. And what's more unexpected was that the man she spent the night with was actually her deeply buried first love. That cold-hearted man from her memories. Fate can be so ridiculous sometimes. When you cared, he coldly rejected you. When you let go, he came to pursue you. Now the man was directly proposing to her, saying he would take responsibility. Thinking she doubted his sincerity, Fu Jinlan seriously repeated his words. I said, let's get married. But the next second, Zhang Yaoqian rejected him without hesitation and tried hard to distance their relationship. We're both adults. There's no need to trap each other because of one moment of indulgence. Then came her performance moment. You're already a 30-year-old man. Are you still this naive? What era are we in now? I'm not so old-fashioned that I have to marry you just because you took my first time. The man's face turned gloomy, and the atmosphere dropped from ambiguous to freezing. Not good. I couldn't hold back for a moment. Now I've backed off. Never mind, never mind. I just escaped from the swamp of emotions. How could I be stupid enough to fall back in? Even seeing that the man was already angry, Zhang Yaoqian didn't want to explain. The bottom line is just no. Looking at his pitiful yet pretending to be indifferent appearance, it seemed she shouldn't push too hard. He could only think of other ways. All right, I'll go take a shower. I'll take you home later. As soon as the man entered the bathroom, Zhang Yaoqian eagerly wanted to leave. How could I possibly go home with you? Then everyone would know what we did. If I don't run now, when should I? But just as she was about to get out of bed, she realized her clothes from last night had been torn apart by this beast. When Fu Jinlan came out of the bathroom, he saw the little woman had wrapped herself up like a dumpling. The woman, who was just furious, was now attracted by the half-naked body of the man before her. Perfect abs and clearly visible muscle lines. This man was truly perfect to a fault. She couldn't help but start imagining the scenes of them together last night. Stop. Get a grip. This isn't the time to be a fangirl. You tore my dress. What am I supposed to wear? How can I go out like this? Unexpectedly, the man opened the wardrobe, revealing rows of neatly arranged men's clothing. Actually, you can wear mine. Take your pick. Caught you, you old pervert. You said this wasn't premeditated, but this is clearly your private territory. I don't care, I'm going to shower now. You ruined my clothes, so you're responsible. She darted into the bathroom. Fu Jinlan showed an indulgent smile. Is this girl starting to get shy? On the surface, he was the cold, abstinent, domineering CEO, but in reality, he was a pure-hearted, reserved big bad wolf. But the girl he'd been yearning for was underage. Not only that, she was also his good friend's niece. They say don't eat grass near your nest, but he fell for this one flower, so he could only endure. Who would have thought that after the girl left for 3 years, she'd be completely devoured by him on her first day back? Seeing the woman now fleeing in embarrassment, Fu Jinlan found her incredibly adorable. Meanwhile, Zhang Yaoqian was thinking about how to get things back to normal. She didn't want last night to become their burden. But seeing only male toiletries in the bathroom, she couldn't help feeling pleased about being the first woman to enter this place. But her happiness was immediately followed by self-criticism. Wake up! What are you even happy about? This is so pathetic. Meanwhile, Fu Jinlan had his assistant buy fresh clothes. Seeing the usually cold and abstinent CEO's face showing that hint of awkwardness, the assistant immediately imagined an intense internal struggle. The CEO is being too secretive. Did things get so intense they need medicine? That's too beastly. Just then, the girl's uncle, who was also his good friend, unexpectedly appeared. Not good. Is he here to claim her? Why aren't you home? Why are you staying at a hotel? The guilty man coughed lightly and answered, I drank too much yesterday, so I just stayed here. Tao, you go rest first. I'll take a shower at Jinlan's place and head straight to the bureau later. What you fear most really does come true. No way, brother. If I let you in, I might as well prepare for death. So Fu Jinlan directly blocked him. What's wrong with you today? Something feels off. What's wrong? Can't use the bathroom? Fu Jinlan's eyes darted around. This is really embarrassing. It's not convenient today. You know what I mean, brother. Chung Runji looked down at what the man was holding and instantly understood. Looks like this guy's got something going on. Can't believe it. He always seemed uninterested in women. Turns out it was all an act. And I trusted you with my niece. Looks like I need to be more careful next time. You're something else, brother. I'll leave you to it then. Watching his friend leave, Fu Jinlan let out a sigh of relief. Good thing he didn't find out, or we couldn't even be friends anymore. Unexpectedly, the man who just left suddenly returned. All right, I forgot to ask. Where did you take that girl yesterday? To a hotel. Didn't I tell you to take her home? Why would she go to a hotel when she's back? He started dialing Jiang Yaoqian's number. At this moment, Fu Jinlan had completely given up struggling. Unexpectedly, at that moment, the person on the other end of the phone walked out of the bathroom. My uncle just called me. I was scared to death. You beast in gentleman's clothing. You even tore my underwear. Oh my God, what's happening? How can I be this unlucky? Getting caught right after doing something bad. What terrible things did I just say? Forget it. Fu Jinlan is your problem now. I better run away quickly. Staying alive is more important. The man came to visit his friend, but was unexpectedly denied entry. Seeing his friend's embarrassed expression, he thought he'd caught his friend hiding a lover, but didn't expect the drama to involve himself. Because the woman who walked out of the bathroom was actually his own niece. Suddenly, this drama wasn't entertaining anymore. Seeing who had arrived, the frightened young woman tried desperately to escape. However, she still got a fierce scolding from her furious uncle. At this moment, Jiang Yaoqian was extremely embarrassed. There probably couldn't be anything more awkward than this. A one-night stand, caught by an elder, and with the elder's friend no less. How should she explain this to save her reputation, and also calm her uncle's anger? Looking at his longtime friend who had gotten involved with his niece, he felt like killing him. Tell me, what's going on between you two? Unexpectedly, the man declared without hesitation, I will marry Qianqian. No way. Who agreed to marry you? Don't make things up. Are you marrying him just because he wants to take responsibility? No. Actually, Qianqian liked me long ago. Then how do you explain her ex-boyfriend? That was because Qianqian was angry with me. She dated others just to provoke me. Listening to their conversation, Jiang Yaoqian was completely confused. What the hell was going on? Please forgive me. As the person involved, I know nothing about this. So, how did you date? Qianqian stayed in Jiangcheng for 3 years while you were in Haicheng. Of course, through phone calls and video chats. If it was normal dating, why did you hide your relationship? Then this scumbag just threw her under the bus. Actually, this was all Qianqian's idea. What do you mean? If you can't speak properly, then don't speak at all. What's wrong with using me as a shield? You're usually so fierce. Why are you mute now? What exactly happened? Seeing the situation, to survive today, she had to reluctantly go along with this scumbag. Yes, it was my idea. Actually, he started pursuing me 3 years ago. You know I was underage then. How could I date early? Since you're being unfair, don't blame me for being unkind. Besides, he's already 30, so much older than me. He could practically be my uncle. How could a young girl like me possibly like such an old, worn-out man? But he was so persistent and clingy, saying he couldn't live without me. I felt sorry for him, so we got together after my college entrance exam. We hid it from you because we feared you wouldn't approve, given our age gap. How's that? My acting skills aren't bad, right? Come on, let's hurt each other. From what I know about Fu Jinlan, he doesn't seem like someone who would be so desperate. Is what Qianqian's saying true? Unexpectedly, this guy admitted it without hesitation. I really couldn't tell. I really let a wolf into the house. Back then, I even asked him to be Qianqian's tutor. No wonder he agreed so easily. Being a tutor was just an excuse. His real goal was to pursue her. The girl woke up to find she had spent the night with her ideal man. Well, seeing your six-pack abs and stunning looks, I'll let it slide. Unexpectedly, the man kept pursuing and insisting on taking responsibility. How could this be? I immediately explained the reality to him, meaning I don't need it. I thought I could just leave easily, but I was happy too soon. The next second, I was caught by my uncle. What's more surprising was that this scumbag took advantage of the situation, saying he wanted to marry me and make me his wife. I couldn't contradict you because the elders were present. Don't think you can get away with this so easily. Since you two are dating normally, there's no need to hide it. After seeing the uncle off, Jiang Yaoqian finally relaxed. At this moment, Fu Jinlan handed her a gift bag. Inside were the change of clothes she needed. At least you have a conscience. But you didn't even ask for my size. Not knowing if they would fit, surprisingly, the size was perfect. This man clearly wasn't simple. Brother, you're indeed experienced, getting the size so precise. Seeing the woman's expression, Fu Jinlan thought she didn't like them. So he quickly moved closer to her and said affectionately, "It was too rushed this time, so I had my assistant buy them. Next time, I'll go shopping with you directly." Thinking of the dress he tore last night, Jiang Yaoqi instantly became angry. "It's all your fault. Why did you tear my clothes? Are you a psycho?" The man looked embarrassed and said softly, "Your dress was too difficult to cut." He immediately promised submissively, Next time, I'll definitely help you." As he spoke, his hand reached for her slender white leg. "What are you doing? You hit your leg earlier. I'm applying medicine for you." Then, the man carefully tended to all the marks he had left on her body last night. But this didn't earn him any favor from the woman, only because his technique was so skilled that Jiang Yaoqian suspected. Indeed, all men are pigs. How many women had he done this for? She grabbed the ointment from his hands. "Save your energy for your other women," she said, and walked away with big steps. Fu Jinlan looked helpless. Why does this girl get angry so easily now? Looks like I'll have more trouble ahead. After getting dressed, Jiang Yaoqian didn't show him any kindness. "I'm going home. You figure it out yourself." She was about to leave without looking back. Fu Jinlan immediately said, "Let me take you home." But she rejected directly, "No need. I can take a taxi myself." The loud door slam seemed to indicate how angry the woman was. The man now had an indulgent expression. "I told you. Once we started, I won't let you leave again." To get revenge on the man, the woman directly exposed him in her friends group chat, saying the man was inadequate just to humiliate him. Yes, exactly what you're thinking. He's just like an underdeveloped kid, boring and uninteresting. About this matter, it should quickly reach Fu Jinlan's ears. After all, these two people are known gossips in their circle. Haha, now just wait to see the man's embarrassed expression. Just thinking about it makes me happy. After doing all this, the woman quickly returned to the hotel to pack her luggage, planning to run away quickly to avoid consequences. Unexpectedly, someone came looking for her. The visitor was Bo Yunxi, whom she had taught a lesson yesterday, looking arrogant. Seems like he came for revenge. The great Miss Jiang actually staying in a hotel. How laughable. Unexpectedly, Jiang Yaoqian looked impatient. Looking for another beating? I'm in a hurry to catch a flight. If you have nothing else, get lost. This fairy doesn't have time for you. Seeing Jiang Yaoqian's disdain, Bo Yunxi instantly became angry. You think yesterday's humiliation will end just like that? I'll make you pay for it. Jiang Yaoqian laughed mockingly. You're quite the actor. You weren't so tough when I beat you yesterday. I thought you were just a delicate flower. Bo Yunxi looked smug. I know you're angry, but since he's my boyfriend now, and you as a woman couldn't keep your man, maybe you should reflect on yourself. You lack feminine charm. Otherwise, he wouldn't be with me. If by charm you mean who's better at seducing men, then yes, I can't compare. Oh my, what's this slutty smell? Is this what scumbag men like? Angered, Bo Yunxi raised her hand to slap her, but was no match for Jiang Yaoqian. She missed and got hit by Jiang Yaoqian instead. Being bullied by Jiang Yaoqian twice in a row, anger made this woman go crazy, charging at Jiang Yaoqian with murderous intent. The next second she was thrown out, she fell heavily on the ground, looking absolutely pathetic. She came to teach her a lesson, but became a punching bag instead. Jurid, I'm calling the police. I'll make you rot in jail. Go ahead, call them. Then everyone will know about how the Bo family's young miss became a homewrecker. That should be interesting. In the end, Bo Yunxi childishly went to find adults for help. Jiang Yaoqian looked contemptuous. How useless. We're not elementary students still finding adults. Everyone has connections. She called Uncle Chung Ruinji directly. Help me arrange for a lawyer to come to the hotel. What happened? Why do you need a lawyer? Nothing serious. Just got disgusted by a dog and beat it up. The dog's owner won't let it go. Need a lawyer to handle it. The girl's first fight called for parents. Unexpectedly, her boyfriend showed up. No way. I clearly called uncle. Why did this man come? But it made sense. After all, the person she beat up was his sister. This scumbag is not only unfaithful, but also doesn't know how to treat women. Indeed, trusting men is like expecting pigs to climb trees. In crucial moments, I have to rely on myself. Seeing her mother and brother arrive, Bo Yunxi thought she had the upper hand and performed even more dramatically. She pulled her mother and started listing Jiang Yaoqian's evil deeds. Mom, look at these injuries. Jiang Yaoqian did this. Seeing her daughter bullied so badly, Madame Bo instantly became furious. Jinlan, this is too much. How will you handle this? Fu Jinlan then instructed his assistant to call the hotel manager, planning to understand the situation first. The assistant was shocked. Isn't this the woman who was with the CEO last night? She's so brave, beating up her future sister-in-law. Ironically, the mother and daughter, unaware of their relationship, thought the man came to support them. Hearing Fu Jinlan had arrived, hotel staff hurried over. What exactly happened here? At this moment, these people thought Fu Jinlan came to seek justice, so they immediately pointed fingers at Jiang Yaoqian. I was cleaning the next room when I heard arguing. I came over to see Miss Bo being pinned down and beaten. Yes, this lady is too violent. She was beating her like she wanted to kill her. Brother, this woman is too much. I was just passing by when she beat me without reason. You must help me teach her a lesson. Unexpectedly, she was pushed away by Jinglan the next second. Before the man could speak, Zhang Yaoqian started fighting back. How ridiculous. Am I crazy? There are so many people passing by. Why would I only hit you? Don't you know why? Or is it because you have that green tea face? I doubt anyone would believe you. Mom, look, she clearly hit someone and is still pretending to be innocent. Speaking of pretending, I admire you. You're like a garbage bag, able to hold everything. Miss Jiang, please mind your words. Can we talk properly? Let's ask the hotel manager. During a guest stay, can outsiders enter guest rooms without permission? Of course not. Our hotel is a legitimate establishment. Then I'll have to pursue legal action against Miss Bao for entering my room without permission. And Miss Bao keeps saying I insulted and hit you first. Show some real evidence, or I'll sue you for defamation. You think a few words from you can pin everything on me? Do you think everyone is stupid? You think you're the only one with evidence of injury? Saying this, Zhang Yaoqian gently lifted her skirt, revealing her wounds. Bo Yunxi became flustered. You clearly hit me first. Even so, what of it? You insulted me first and attacked first. I hit you in self-defense. You're ridiculous. Coming to provoke me, then calling for parents when you lose. Even a 3-year-old is more mature. Hearing his girlfriend was in a fight, the man rushed to help, planning to be the hero. But the woman gave him no chance to show off, handling everything herself, maintaining both face and dignity, completely dominating the situation, making the man feel useless, only able to watch her performance quietly. Zhang Yaoqian smiled and said, I'm sure everyone is curious why the young Miss Luo came looking for trouble. The answer is in my phone. There are quite exciting photos in there. They're bedroom photos of my boyfriend, well, ex-boyfriend now. The content is quite explicit, but very stimulating. Hearing her photos would be exposed, Bo Yunxi panicked. She rushed forward and grabbed Zhang Yaoqian's phone, afraid her scandal would be exposed. She angrily threw it away. With a loud bang, the phone crashed heavily on the ground. This made Bo Yunxi somewhat realize her mistake. Doing this in public seemed like self-incrimination. Zhang Yaoqian laughed. You're really stupid. Trying to destroy what's in my phone just proves your guilt. Indeed, Bo Yunxi was stunned, speechless. Seeing everything was clear, and considering they would meet again in the future, it wouldn't be good to make things too ugly. Bai Jinglan ordered his assistant to clear the room. After the staff left, Bai Jinglan said directly, Third aunt, I suggest we settle this privately. After all, such a scandal wouldn't be good for anyone if it got out. Don't you agree? The woman naturally understood the implications. Jinglan, you're always thorough. I'll leave the rest to you. Don't mention it, third aunt. Miss Jiang, we truly didn't know about Yunxi's situation. After I go back and clarify everything, I'll give you a satisfactory explanation. That's not necessary. I was planning to throw that scumbag away like trash anyway. Fortunately, Miss Bo collected him in time. It's truly a service to society. Please don't break up this match made in heaven. Hearing this, Bo Yunxi wanted to argue again, but was stopped by her mother. After all, her daughter was no match for them. Going up would only result in getting beaten. Thank you for the reminder, Miss Jiang. Jinglan, I'll take Yunxi to the hospital. Please handle things here. She quickly left with her daughter. Now only 2 people remained in the room. Zhang Yaoqian had a playful expression. Looks like President Bo is here to mediate. I wonder what you plan to use to buy me off. The man approached her slowly with a mischievous smile. I can indeed be a mediator. As long as you're willing, I'll play along till the end. The woman joked with her friend about wanting to be the big sister-in-law. Unexpectedly, she woke up the next day in the big brother's bed. So, your family is ganging up to trick me? Sister being the mistress, brother taking advantage. Thinking the man was a playboy, she criticized his performance, still feeling unsatisfied. Then beat up his future sister-in-law black and blue. Surprisingly, the man wasn't angry, but became even more persistent. Zhang Yaoqian extended her hand towards Bo Jinglan. Come on, let me see how much our CEO is willing to pay for what's in my phone. Looking at the woman's delicate hand, the man's mind wandered to their scene together last night. Noticing Bo Jinglan staring at her, Zhang Yaoqian sensed something was wrong. This man couldn't be. She immediately crossed her arms over her chest. Bo Jinglan, where are you looking? How dare a CEO openly act like a pervert. The man's smile deepened. I was just thinking about how you used that same hand to hold on to me last night, keeping me there. Hearing him mention last night again, the woman instantly bristled. You scoundrel! Why bring up last night again? But he just laughed it off, not taking it seriously. Bo Jinglan, just try laughing again, she said with a threatening expression. Unexpectedly, the next moment, the man firmly grabbed her hand. What did you call me? Zhang Yaoqian was stunned. Why was he changing the subject? So you care about face. Fine. Should I call you Mr. Bo? But the man wouldn't let go. Fine. I'll call you CEO. The man leaned forward and reminded her. You forgot how you used to call me. Zhang Yaoqian stood bewildered, mumbling before. Memories of their past together surfaced. A naive young girl fell in love at first sight with her tutor, her uncle's friend. Despite that, she didn't care and followed him around calling him Brother Jingon. But later he coldly rejected her, shattering her fantasies. It was just a self-indulgent dream after all. Alright, I get it. Is that finally okay? Not getting the answer he wanted, the man stepped closer. Are you angry that I didn't speak up for you earlier? I just saw you handling it well, so I didn't interfere. Seeing him approach, the woman nervously backed away, until she hit the table corner and had to stop. The man persisted. Last night you were the one who said you wanted to seduce me, saying you wanted to be the sister-in-law so someone would have your back. Watching his face draw closer, Zhang Yaoqian quickly explained, I was drunk and talking nonsense. This man before her was the unfulfilled love of her innocent youth. Now he wanted to rekindle their old relationship and make it official. How is that possible? Don't think you could do whatever you want just because you're handsome. And they weren't so old-fashioned that sleeping together meant marriage. However, when their uncle caught wind of their affair, to avoid being killed, she had no choice but to go along with the man's story, claiming they were dating. Zhang Yaoqian, who was just being interrogated by the man, was now saved by a phone call. However, the man handed the phone directly to her. It's your uncle calling for you. Uncle, didn't you ask me to find a lawyer? Why hasn't one arrived yet? But Uncle replied, didn't your boyfriend say he already resolved everything? Only then did she realize this man came for her. Did you send him? Yes. What did you expect? Why find a lawyer when you have a boyfriend? He's more effective than any lawyer. This boyfriend role isn't easy. I just settled everything by myself. Since you've been bitten by a dog, go get a vaccine. Don't forget to bring your boyfriend home for dinner tonight. No way. We're both very busy. We don't have time. Unexpectedly, that traitor agreed immediately, and Uncle had already told Grandfather about their relationship. Uncle, are you a rocket? Why are you so quick to tell everyone? After hanging up, she questioned the man. Why did you agree to dinner? Are you that free? Only a fool would refuse a free dinner. You're doing this on purpose, right? As a CEO, are you really short of one dinner? I also want to visit the old man. Haven't chatted with him in a while. Fine, but don't say anything unnecessary. If Grandfather asks about marriage, just say I'm still studying and not considering it now. What about after that? Keep making excuses to avoid marriage. No need. After a while, we'll just say we're incompatible and broke up. They won't suspect anything. Was he being rejected by this woman? So you never planned to marry me. You're just using me to deceive your family as a fake boyfriend. The woman replied without hesitation. Of course. We can't bind someone with marriage just because of a drunken mistake. It wouldn't last. This way also protects my image. Bo Jinglan looked hurt. So, I was just overthinking. What do I get out of this? You dare ask for benefits? I'm the one who lost out. That was my first time. Does losing virginity discriminate between men and women? You think it wasn't my first time? No way, brother. You're the capital's most eligible bachelor. Don't tell me you were still pure before last night. The girl's first night with a man, and now he was asking for compensation. You're so shameless. Taking advantage and still asking for benefits. Not only a playboy, but also greedy. But his next words stunned her. Does losing virginity discriminate between genders? Don't be sexist. The girl was dumbfounded. Besides disbelief, she was actually calculating whether she had lost or gained. But she didn't know that her unrequited love had already fallen deeply for her. He thought they could be together after last night. Who knew she only wanted to deal with the parents and then quickly clear up their relationship to dump him. The cunning man didn't object to her decision. He thoughtfully suggested buying some gifts for her family visit to break the awkwardness between them. As soon as Zhang Yao stepped out, she saw the man's assistant rushing up obsequiously. Let me take those things, madam. Hearing his form of address, Zhang Yao was stunned. Seriously? Do Do you tell your assistant everything? The man just chuckled and said, my assistant is just very perceptive. It has nothing to do with me. Besides, this helps with our act. Though what he said made sense, seeing his expression like he had everything under control, she felt inexplicably annoyed. You think you're so great, but there's no one around now, so you don't need to act so hard. She walked away on her own. The man looked satisfied. Ever since the young woman returned, his mood had been inexplicably happy. Soon they arrived at her family's neighborhood. Seeing the trunk full of various gifts, Zhang Yaoyao was dumbfounded. Isn't this act a bit too much? You're so exaggerating. She took out her phone, planning to transfer money to him immediately. Calculate how much it costs. Though it's nothing to you, we're just acting. I can't accept so many gifts for nothing. Let's add each other on WeChat first. I'll transfer you later. She had deleted his WeChat after rejecting his confession before. How could the man refuse when his wife took the initiative to add him? He maintained a calm exterior, though inside he was overjoyed. Little did he know she saved his contact as dog. After doing all this, Zhang Yaoyao felt quite satisfied, feeling she had regained face. Unexpectedly, after adding her, the man wasn't idle. He immediately went to check her moments. Moreover, Bo Jinglan started laughing right in front of her. Zhang Yaoyao felt instantly annoyed. What's so funny? My photos are all beautiful. What's there to laugh at? This man had changed. Once he firmly rejected her, avoiding her at all costs. Now he kept making his presence known and actively cooperated in meeting her parents. At this moment, Bo Jinglan immediately noticed Zhang Yaoyao's discomfort. He quickly took off his coat, taking advantage to embrace her. His movements so natural, they seemed like longtime lovers. Facing the man's gentle and caring gaze, Zhang Yaoyao's heart began racing uncontrollably. Even her guarded heart was wavering on the edge of falling. As the man drew closer, she thought she would receive a heartfelt confession. Instead, he whispered, "Grandfather is watching. How's my performance?" Looking at grandfather's gaze from afar, from initial scrutiny, it turned into a delighted laugh. "I didn't believe it at first, how Jinlan could be with you. Now I believe it. That's my granddaughter indeed." And here I thought this dog of a man had suddenly become gentle. Well, I was overthinking. Seeing the old man, Luo Jinglan quickly went forward to greet him. "Uncle." Unexpectedly, the old man looked unhappy hearing this. "Jinglan, shouldn't you be calling me something else now?" Watching the man shamelessly call him grandfather made Zhang Yaoyao's skin crawl. She felt tonight wouldn't be peaceful. Seeing grandfather so happy for once, she didn't want to spoil the mood. They went inside together, chatting and laughing. As soon as they entered, they received death glares from Uncle. This was Bo Jinglan's first formal meeting with Uncle since they went public with their relationship. "I'll go tell the kitchen to prepare dinner. You young people chat for a while." "Thank you, grandfather. You've adapted to the new title quite naturally. Before, you only called me Commander or Old Master. Now you've changed." Facing his friend's mockery, Bo Jinglan fought back. "If you're envious, you can start calling him Uncle right now." Seeing his nonchalant attitude, Chung Ruinji became angry. "I never knew you were so thick-skinned. Just 1 year younger than me, robbing the cradle. Stop grossing me out with this uncle business." Soon it was dinner time. The old man was happy seeing Bo Jinglan. "Ruinji, since Jinglan rarely visits, let's open some good wine to celebrate." Hearing about drinking, Zhang Yaoyao quickly refused. If it weren't for drinking, she wouldn't be involved with this dog of a man. "Grandfather, I have class tomorrow. I'll skip the drinking. You've rarely come back. Missing a few classes won't matter. Besides, you young lovers rarely meet. You should spend more time together. Right, Jinglan?" Zhang Yaoyao quickly signaled with her eyes, hoping he'd be sensible and refuse. But the dog of a man played dumb. "Grandfather is right. We should spend more time together." Angered, Zhang Yaoyao gave him a harsh kick. "You're such a terrible teammate. Don't you understand cooperation? Never mind, I'll handle this myself." So she used her ultimate weapon, acting cute. "Grandfather, actually I snuck back this time. Even Auntie doesn't know, and I didn't get permission from school. But grandfather didn't fall for it. Then let Jean in help you get leave. And find time for both families to meet and settle your marriage." "Grandfather, I'm still young. Haven't even finished university. Marriage is too early for me. How so? Besides, you need to consider Jing'an. He's not young anymore. Faced with grandfather's pressure, Jiang Yaoyao suddenly turned cold. I'm not considering marriage right now. Don't push me. Can you believe it? Pushing marriage on a girl still in school. And the marriage candidate is a man nearly a generation older. Although, this older man is a first-rate golden bachelor with looks rivaling top celebrities. But I'm the one being taken advantage of. Moreover, they're just putting on an act, going through the motions. Marriage is impossible, and she has no plans to marry anyone. Seeing Jiang Yaoyao's strong rejection, the old man felt pain in his heart. He thought when Yaoyao brought home a boyfriend, she had moved past that incident. It seems that event still affects her. For his granddaughter's sake, he had to compromise. At this moment, Bo Jinglan also read something from Jiang Yaoyao's reaction. Though he didn't know what it was, it must be related to her unwillingness to marry. Jiang Yaoyao, relieved but noticing the heavy atmosphere, quickly tried to ease the atmosphere. Grandfather, this looks delicious. Try some. Yaoyao, don't just take care of others, pay attention to Jinlan too. It was better not mentioned. All because of this useless teammate, making grandfather unhappy. Come on, let's hurt each other. The two kept passing food back and forth between them, each hoping the other would burst from overeating. Soon their bowls were piled high with food. But in the old man's eyes, it was a scene of loving affection. He couldn't be happier. After dinner, Bo Jinglan began pleasing the old man in various ways, from discussing current affairs to drinking tea together. Time kept passing, but neither showed any sign of stopping. As it was getting late into the night, Jiang Yaoyao became restless and started giving hints to her useless teammate. But the man completely ignored her. How annoying. It's not like he doesn't have his own home. Jiang Yaoyao took out her phone and started messaging Bo Jing'an. What time is it? Aren't you going home? Stop pretending you can't hear. Check your phone now. Suddenly, there was a loud thunder. How unlucky. Even the heavens are against me. Is it raining? I heard there would be heavy rain today. It's not safe to drive in such weather. This delighted the old man. Jinlan should just stay here tonight. No way. Staying over on the first meeting with the family? That's not appropriate. But grandfather asked puzzledly. What's wrong with that? Jinlan is your boyfriend. It's normal for him to stay here. Young people shouldn't be so conservative. But Jiang Yaoyao still argued. He doesn't have any change of clothes here. It'll be inconvenient. That's not a problem. Runji can lend him some, right? Though you're not as fit as Jinglan and shorter than him, I'm sure he won't mind. You're being too biased. By now, Jiang Yaoyao's heart had completely sunk. It seemed impossible to make him leave. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinglan refused. No need to trouble Jiang Yao dash, she immediately perked up. You're reliable when it counts. But the next second, that dog of a man smiled mischievously and said, I have spare clothes and toiletries in my car. Jiang Yaoyao froze. My God, you're not human. No one's as shameless as you. Before she could get angry, the man was called away by grandfather. Come to the study. I have something to discuss with you. The man was originally handsome and cool, like a typical CEO male lead in TV dramas. But he couldn't escape fate's tricks, becoming an ascetic on the path of love. All because he fell in love with an underage girl. Moreover, she was his friend's niece. So when faced with the girl's sincere confession, he could only coldly reject her. This destined that his path to pursue his wife wouldn't be smooth. Others might have several relationships in their lifetime, but he would only have this one love. However, fate's will turned again 3 years later, bringing the girl back to him. He couldn't possibly let her escape again, so he despicably claimed her as his own. He thought they would smoothly be together, but Jiang Yaoyao had no intention of having anything to do with him. She even risked confronting her family. He didn't want to force her to do anything, but he wanted to understand what she had been through. So Bo Jinglan followed the old man to the study, looking at the old man's serious face. Jinglan, you see, Yaoyao doesn't want to consider marriage yet. Can you accept that? Bo Jinglan knew the old man was testing him, testing how sincere his feelings for Jiang Yaoyao were and if he could tolerate her willfulness. So he calmly said, I respect her decision. She is indeed still young. I can wait. Hearing Bo Jinglan's answer, the old man finally felt relieved. He handed the document folder to Bo Jinglan and explained the reason behind it. Actually, Yaoyao's rejection of marriage is because of her parents' relationship. When she was young, her father had an affair and betrayed her mother. Her mother couldn't accept this fact and was admitted to a nursing home. Later, she chose to end this failed marriage by jumping from a building. These events left deep deep shadows in Yao Yao's heart. I'm actually happy she can be with you, but I don't want her past to bring her any more harm. So you must know these things. Not only that, Yao Yao also developed dissociative identity disorder, and doctors warn she cannot receive any more emotional shocks. Although Bo Jinglan was mentally prepared, he was still shocked. He was stunned that Yao Yao had endured so much since childhood. At this moment, he only felt heartache for his girl. "Grandfather, I know what to do." Meanwhile, Zhang Yao Yao, chatting with her aunt on the bed, didn't know that her carefully hidden past had already been revealed to that man. "Annie, I won't return to Haiqing yet. Grandfather wants me to stay for a few more days." Just then, there was a knock on the door. "Annie, it should be grandfather looking for me. I'll talk to you later." Zhang Yao Yao quickly hung up and went to open the door. Unexpectedly, grandfather had openly brought the man to her. "It's late. You two should rest early." Then he turned and left. Well, she had guessed this would be the consequence of him staying over. "Since you're so keen on staying here, you can sleep on the couch." But this dog of a man objected. "It's too small. I can't fit." "Then sleep on the floor." "It's too hard, not comfortable. You wouldn't go home when I told you to. Now you're being picky. Do you expect me to sleep on the couch?" "Actually, there's a win-win solution. Want to hear it?" "What solution?" "We can sleep together on the bed." "I don't mind." "You don't mind?" Shameless pervert. This man kept refreshing Jiang Yao Yao's perception of him. She would never believe that the originally gentle and elegant man could be so shameless, even brazenly suggesting they sleep together. Well, even if they had slept together before, he shouldn't say it so shamelessly. However, Zhang Yao Yao was unconsciously bewitched by him. Who could resist such looks? Bo Jinglan leaned in closer to her. "Don't worry, I promise I won't touch you." Zhang Yao Yao almost said yes. The next second, she quickly pushed the man away. No, the bed is yours. I'll sleep on the couch." "Oh my God, I almost agreed. How embarrassing. Quick, leave quickly. I'm going to shower first." Watching the girl flee in panic, Bo Jinglan couldn't help but recall her previous behavior. Getting embarrassed so easily, just too cute. After showering, Zhang Yao Yao realized she had run too quickly and forgot to bring clean clothes. The clothes she just took off were also wet. Oh heavens! Why did something always go wrong in front of him? Now she had to ask that dog of a man for help. Wrapped only in a towel, Zhang Yao Yao tentatively called Bo Jinglan's name. However, embarrassingly, there was no response. Maybe my voice was too soft for him to hear, so she raised her voice. "Bo Jinglan, can you help me get some clothes?" They're in the outermost door of the wardrobe. But still, there was no response from Bo Jinglan. Zhang Yao Yao tiptoed out of the bathroom. Did he go out? Maybe he went to find Uncle. Thinking of this, Zhang Yao Yao unconsciously became happy. "Ha, great. You know better. Best if you don't come back." But before she could rejoice for a few seconds, Bo Jinglan suddenly pushed the door open and walked in. The current situation left both of them frozen in place. "This is too embarrassing. He won't think I'm trying to seduce him, right?" And this man just kept staring at her intently. "Stop looking." Only then did Bo Jinglan realize his impropriety, coughing as he turned his head away. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look. I didn't know you were undressed in the room." "Don't say any more. Forget it. Forget everything." She quickly rushed into the room to get clothes. It was utterly mortifying. While Zhang Yao Yao was jumping around in the room, Bo Jinglan could only stand there watching. After 10 minutes, Zhang Yao Yao finally calmed down enough to talk to him. "Let's pretend this never happened. You just go to sleep later, and we'll keep our distance from now on." But when she turned to get the quilt, she found herself in a predicament. This is pure discrimination, putting it so high deliberately. Even stretching as much as she could, she was still far from reaching it. Just then, Bo Jinglan gently approached from behind. He extended his arms and embraced Zhang Yao Yao, the gesture extremely intimate. "Need help?" After learning from the old man why Zhang Yao Yao was unwilling to marry, Bo Jinglan's already open heart became even more unrestrained. He wanted to be close to her all the time, yet had to find ways to control himself. He wanted to leave only beautiful memories for her. Zhang Yao Yao noticed this too. She noticed Bo Jinglan's body constantly moving closer to her, and for a moment, she didn't know how to react. Turning around, she looked at Bo Jinglan with confused eyes. Only then did she realize their bodies were almost pressed together. This intimate position made her face instantly turn red, frozen in place, not daring to move. This is too close. Meanwhile, Bo Jinglan was contentedly observing his girl up close. Watching a few strands of hair swaying around Jiang Yaoyao's neck, she suddenly noticed something unusual from her body. She began swallowing to suppress her current impulse, trying to act natural as she asked, "Why are you spacing out? Are you getting the quilt?" "Ah, yes. Don't know who put the quilt so high up. It must have been deliberate. Just take any one." After speaking, she quickly turned to find the duvet cover to ease her embarrassment. "It's all your fault. Why did you suddenly come so close?" She despised herself more. This man's every move seemed to affect her. The two stood by the bed, staring at a quilt ceremoniously. "Oh my, I think I don't know how to put on a duvet cover. What should I do?" So she started placing hope on the person beside her. "You're all grown up. You should know how to put on a duvet cover, right?" But this grown man was also doing it for the first time. He picked up the cover and started studying it. Should be no problem after figuring it out. "Are you sure, brother?" Meanwhile, Jiang Yaoyao's uncle was taking a phone call in the hallway when he heard crashing sounds coming from their room. Curiosity made him want to hear clearly what was happening inside. However, he soon regretted it. He heard the voices from the room getting clearer. "Can you be gentler? Slow down. Do you even know how to do this? Forget it, you go out. Let me do it." He couldn't believe his ears. Was this something he should be hearing for free? Was Yao Yao always this dominant? But at this moment, the two people in the room had no idea their actions were being completely misunderstood, as they were still working together to battle with a quilt. Finally, it's done. Zhang Yaoyao emerged from the quilt. She eagerly showed off to Bo Jinglan. "See? You needed my help after all." At this moment, Bo Jinglan looked at the proud girl before him with doting eyes. Yes, Yao Yao is the most capable. Looking at the man before her, Jiang Yaoyao started blushing. "He's really bewitching. How can he be so handsome? Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Why am I being such a fangirl?" Zhang Yaoyao quickly crawled out of the quilt. "But you can't take all the credit. After all, I found the tutorial." Though still somewhat unwilling, Jiang Yaoyao compromised. All right, you can take half the credit. Happy now? Good teamwork. It's getting late, quickly go shower and rest." The man had just stepped out to take a phone call when he unexpectedly heard some indescribable scenes. But he wasn't as happy as you might imagine because of who was in that room. One was his good brother, and the other was his own niece. "Brother, couldn't you control yourself? I really can't take this." Little did he know, the two inside were just putting on a duvet cover, nothing inappropriate. However, as they worked together in perfect sync, Jiang Yaoyao almost lost herself in his handsome features again. So she quickly shooed him away. "It's late, go shower and rest." After Bo Jinglan left, Jiang Yaoyao instantly broke down. "Am I going crazy? The scene of us together just now made me imagine scenes of married life." "Stop it. Stop overthinking." When Bo Jinglan came out of the bathroom, he saw Jiang Yaoyao quietly sleeping on the couch. Actually, telling her to sleep on the couch was just teasing her. He didn't expect her to take it seriously. Looking at the sleeping girl before him, Bo Jinglan recalled their scene together last night. He wondered if he had hurt her in his moment of impulse. At this moment, Jiang Yaoyao wasn't actually asleep. She just didn't know how to face this man who made her lose control repeatedly. She didn't want to be swayed by any of his actions anymore. However, this man started gently stroking her neck. She wanted to continue pretending to sleep, but this man kept pushing his luck endlessly. "You despicable man, taking advantage of people." Zhang Yaoyao suddenly cried out. She couldn't take it anymore. The next second, Bo Jinglan covered her mouth. "Don't shout, you'll bring everyone here. You beast! You perverted wolf! How dare you touch me?" Knowing Jiang Yaoyao misunderstood, Bo Jinglan quickly explained, "I'm applying medicine for you. You haven't applied the medicine I bought you this morning." Only then did Jiang Yaoyao notice the ointment in Bo Jinglan's hand. "Do you want to apply it yourself? Or should I help you?" How embarrassing. So he was actually helping me apply medicine, not taking advantage of me. Jiang Yaoyao embarrassedly took the ointment. "I'll do it myself. Then go apply it on the bed. Besides, you're the owner of this room. How can you sleep on the couch? Is this okay? But you just said the couch was too small for you to sleep on." "Actually, if you're willing to sleep on the couch, before Bo Jinglan could finish speaking, Zhang Yaoyao instantly drifted to her big bed, the movement seamless, giving Bo Jinglan no chance to change his mind. "You're quite quick. You clever little thing. Silly girl. How could I let you sleep on the couch? The girl only had one drink. When she woke up the next morning, she discovered she had a wild night with her uncle's good friend. What's more surprising was that in the evening, her grandfather sent the man to her room. Seeing grandfather's smug smile, Jiang Yao Yao could only silently complain to herself. People might think he got some great bargain. Unexpectedly, as soon as grandfather left, uncle came to eavesdrop. Birds of a feather really do flock together. At this moment, thunder and lightning roared through the sky outside. Due to the man's presence, Jiang Yao Yao tossed and turned, unable to fall asleep. So she got up and carefully asked the man on the opposite couch, "Luo Jinglan, are you asleep?" Seeing no response from the man, Jiang Yao Yao thought he was already asleep. Unexpectedly, the man slowly sat up and looked at her. "I was asleep, but now you've woken me up." Getting his response, Jiang Yao Yao instantly perked up. "I haven't slept at home for a long time. You can't blame me for being unable to sleep in an unfamiliar bed." The next second, she handed a book to the man. "Since you're awake anyway, could you help me read this?" They both looked at the book. It was clearly titled Perfect Score College Entrance English Essays. "I'm speechless. Aren't you preparing to retake the college entrance exam?" Jiang Yao Yao just realized she had randomly grabbed this book. How embarrassing. Whatever, might as well go with it. Can't lose face now. Jiang Yao Yao pretended to be disappointed and turned to leave. "If you won't read it, fine." Stingy. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinglan pulled her back the next second. How could the man let her leave disappointed at this moment? "Are you sure this will help you fall asleep?" Yes. If you read it to me, I'm sure I'll fall asleep." What the man didn't know was that the girl had been crazy about him before because of his voice. Even now, it remained a vivid memory in her mind. Seeing the expectation in the girl's eyes, Guo Jinglan had to agree. "Go lie down on the bed first, be good." Jiang Yao Yao immediately returned to bed. Okay, I'm ready." Like an obedient child, Guo Jinglan walked over and pulled up her blanket. Jiang Yao Yao mistakenly thought he was trying to take advantage by reading to her while lying beside her, but she was proven wrong the next second. Guo Jinglan was simply tucking her in. Then, the man's beautiful and magnetic voice reached her ears, making her drift between past memories and reality. She couldn't help but wonder if such a perfect man with such a perfect voice could be hers. Perhaps stirring up some beautiful memories, her lips curved upward continuously. Without realizing it, Jiang Yao Yao fell asleep. Guo Jinglan couldn't resist gently stroking the girl's face. Thinking of the pain he'd experienced, he knew it would bring many obstacles to their relationship. But so what? He wouldn't give up until he broke free from those memories. "Good night, my girl." If shamelessness had levels, this man had reached the highest level. He was the one who cheated, yet he threw dirt on the other person. The despicable woman and the scummy man were truly a perfect match. Unexpectedly, they hit a steel plate. Jiang Yao Yao, who always sought revenge, wouldn't tolerate such people. When encountering such people, besides throwing them away like garbage without hesitation, she had to beat them until even their own mothers wouldn't recognize them. Unexpectedly, the scumbag was still clueless enough to come looking for her. Just now, Jiang Yao Yao had just woken up and casually picked up her phone to find numerous messages from the scumbag. He demanded to know what she had told Bo Yunxi, actually accusing her of being dark-hearted and ruining their relationship out of spite. It was laughable. She wasn't free enough to care about his business. Sigh. How did she forget to block him, letting him come out to discuss people? She immediately blocked his Moments feed, but she really should thank him for the reminder. Thinking this scumbag really wouldn't give up, he actually called her directly, Jiang Yao Yao. "I need to talk to you." Before he could finish, Jiang Yao Yao interrupted him. "I'm answering your call, just to tell you we have nothing more to say. It's better if we delete each other. Save us both from future embarrassment." However, the scumbag suddenly said, "I'm right outside your house now. If you don't come out, I'll go in. If you're not afraid of the elders finding out, stay there. I'm coming out right now." Rushing out, Jiang Yao Yao saw Xie Jinran standing at the door from afar. She couldn't help but sigh, wondering if she was blind to have once thought he looked similar to a certain person. Thinking back, if it weren't for him wearing a white shirt and black trousers, with a back view somewhat similar to that person, she wouldn't have impulsively agreed to his pursuit. It really was a mistake she'd regret forever. And how were they even similar? They were worlds apart. Her brain must have been malfunctioning. A man's life. Jiang Yao Yao brought herself back to reality. What was the point of thinking about all this now? Then came the scumbag's questioning. "What did you tell Yunxi yesterday?" Why did she suddenly want to break up with me? Are you causing trouble again? Zhang Yaoyao smiled disdainfully. How amusing. You didn't come to me when you were shamelessly cheating, but now that she's dumped you, you come looking for me. I'll tell you one last time. Zhang Yaoyao, can take it or leave it. I won't stoop so low as to destroy others' relationships. Stop fantasizing that I can't get over you. Rest assured, you're not worth it. Your affairs have nothing to do with me. Unexpectedly, the scumbag persisted. Who else could it be if not you? Even if I moved on to someone else, you've already hit me and cursed at me. Can't you let go? You think I really liked you? Il tell you the truth. I was forced to pursue you back then. Zhang Yaoyao was shocked by his words. What do you mean? What do you mean forced? Who forced you? Never mind who, but I hate your type the most. Arrogant, high and mighty young miss. Yunshi is so much better than you in every way. Seeing the man just ranting senselessly with no useful information forthcoming, Zhang Yaoyao didn't want to waste time with him anymore. Indeed, spending even one more second with such an idiot was a waste of time. This man, he appeared again. Please don't test her willpower like this. At this moment, Zhang Yaoyao's body and mind weren't her own. Just now during the struggle with the scumbag. Because the scumbag pushed her hard, Zhang Yaoyao's body fell uncontrollably. Just when she thought she was about to have an intimate encounter with the ground, a pair of hands firmly caught her. The next second, the man held her, embracing her in his arms. Zhang Yaoyao couldn't help thinking, if this was their first meeting, she would have fallen hopelessly in love with him. Seeing her frozen in place, he thought she was scared by what just happened. Bo Jinglan quickly asked, "Are you okay?" He's okay. But why is my heart beating so fast? It's all this man's fault. Why did he have to be so handsome? Making her swoon at any time. It's just too embarrassing. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinglan directly took her hand, protecting her behind him. Just stay back and watch. We'll handle what comes next. The confused scumbag looked puzzled, knowing he couldn't mess with this man, and quickly tried to smooth things over. What a coincidence, Brother Bo. What brings you here? I was just passing by and happened to see young Master Xie getting physical with his ex-girlfriend. That's not very appropriate, is it? Seeing the man's pretentious act, Zhang Yaoyao felt defiant. Why are you interfering in my business? If you don't know what to say, don't say anything. I wonder if my cousin knows about your private meeting. Hearing Bo Jinlan was here to confront him, Xie Jinran hurriedly explained. It's not like that, Brother Bo. Don't misunderstand. You don't need to explain to me. We're not related. I don't have the honor of being your brother. Please don't misunderstand. I'm sincere about Yunshi. I want to spend my whole life with her. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinglan, that dog of a man, had Xie Jinran completely fooled. Seeing how sincere you are, I suggest you go home and ask why Yunshi wanted to break up with you. You know our relationship. I can't say much about her situation. Whether Xie Jinran was stupid or truly stupid, he just stupidly said, "Oh," Bo Jinglan said with satisfaction. Now that you understand, hurry along. Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Bo. You're such a good person. Hearing this, Zhang Yaoyao was completely confused. What was all this about? What did this man say? She didn't hear anything. What was he thanking him for? In a blink, she watched Xie Jinran run home like the wind. Thinking she missed something interesting, Zhang Yaoyao quickly asked Bo Jinlan for gossip. Why did Bo Yunshi break up with him? Bo Jinlan just played dumb. How would I know? Zhang Yaoyao was confused. Didn't you tell him to go home and find out? Won't we know the answer after he asks? Unexpectedly, this little woman immediately changed her attitude and accused him of meddling. What are you doing here? We're just pretending to be in a relationship. You don't need to stand up for me. We almost got exposed just now. So what you're saying is, we just need to act in front of uncle and grandfather and act like strangers in front of others? Get it? Some stranger indeed. It seemed this little woman had planned to use and discard him all along. You're not going back on your word, are you? We agreed on this early on. At this moment, Bo Jinlan felt an urge to strangle her with his eyes. Others treated her like a treasure, but this woman treated him like grass, planning to discard him after use. Never mind. Who told him to fall for this heartless woman? Even though he felt like killing her, what could he do? His woman had to be spoiled. Bo Jinlan, who was about to leave angrily, suddenly stopped, causing Zhang Yaoyao, who was following closely behind, to bump into him. Why do you suddenly walk away and then stop? What's your deal? Didn't you just tell grandfather that your friend was bringing you something? All right, going back empty-handed now would probably expose us. Thanks for reminding me. As expected of a CEO. Thank you, Smarty Pants. As a result, the old man examined the half watermelon over and over, but couldn't find anything special about it. This should just be a plain watermelon. Zhang Yaoyao nodded repeatedly. Yes, yes. This was specially brought by my friend who traveled far from their hometown. Its specialty is that it's very sweet. You're really good at making things up. You can turn black into white. The old man still cared deeply for his granddaughter. I had your uncle book your flight back to Haicheng. Yes, grandfather. Then I'll stay home with you these few days. With your current table manners, if Jing'an sees this, he'll surely look down on you. He dares? He's the one who pursued me persistently. I didn't look down on him, even though he's old enough to be my uncle. How dare he look down on me? Cheng Ruinji was dumbfounded. No way. If that living devil heard what you said, are you sure you'd be okay? Little did they know, Bo Jinglan was coming downstairs and heard every word she said. Seeing him, Zhang Yaoyao immediately panicked. Help! He didn't hear it. He shouldn't have heard it, right? It really takes one to know one. Where's that attitude from before? Instantly turned into a coward. Bo Jinglan walked over casually and bid farewell to the old man. Grandfather, I have business at the company. No. Go ahead. Come visit with Yao Yao when you have time. Bo Jinglan openly placed his hand on Zhang Yaoyao's head and said affectionately, I'm going to work. Be good and wait for me at home, okay? This dog of a man is really something. Do you have to be so mushy? That's enough. How long are you going to keep touching? The man became even more brazen, pulling her into his arms and whispering, I'm just helping you act. Aren't we agreed on this? All right, we're supposed to be a couple now, but why act like this? The next second, Bo Jinglan kissed her forehead. The sudden kiss left Zhang Yaoyao stunned. Is this still acting? I'm leaving. Let's keep in touch on WeChat. Looking at the man's incredibly gentle face, Zhang Yaoyao obediently said, okay. I'm dying. I can't control myself at all. Can only follow his lead. Seeing her uncle and grandfather both with expressions like they're watching a show. Did we overact a bit? Zhang Yaoyao felt like beating him to death, just wanting Bo Jinglan to disappear quickly. Go quickly, you'll be late. The girl Bingxin likes, yet she wants him to be her fake boyfriend. But Bo Jinglan agreed without hesitation, because only this way could he gradually get close to her, rather than being pushed away. Who knew he'd be criticized in the first act, just because he tried too hard, overperformed, making the audience speechless. Can't you act less exaggerated? You scared me so much, I almost gave us away. Seeing Zhang Yaoyao's complaint message, Bo Jinglan smiled contentedly. He was just expressing his true feelings. But since he just took advantage, he shouldn't go too far. We'll improve next time. Grandfather, if there's nothing else, I'll go back to my room. Okay, go ahead. Back in her room, Zhang Yaoyao was still thinking about Bo Jinglan's WeChat reply. She didn't expect Bo Jinglan to seem sincere, with a decent attitude about his mistake. But there were still things to make clear with him. There shouldn't be a next time. If grandfather asks you to come over these days, just say you're busy. No time, understand? After I return to Haicheng, I'll find an excuse to tell my family we broke up. Also, for yesterday's gift and today's watermelon money, I'll send it to you when I get back. Looking at Zhang Yaoyao's messages, every sentence trying to distance herself from him, it was clearly burning bridges after crossing them, using him and throwing him away, thinking she could provoke him and get away unscathed. Impossible. Getting no reply, Zhang Yaoyao began to worry. He hasn't changed his mind, has he? She tentatively asked, Are you still there? Bo Jinglan wasn't angry about her thoughts. This girl had drawn a clear line between them from the start, so he wasn't surprised. Instead, the little fox was starting to panic. Let's keep the gift money as a debt for now. After waiting so long, this was the reply. What did he mean by keeping it as debt? Was the amount too small to matter? Or was there another meaning? A sudden phone call startled Zhang Yaoyao. She was already somewhat annoyed. When she heard who was calling, she became even more irritated. Miss Zhang, I'm Yunqi's mother. I'm calling to invite you to dinner and to apologize for what happened last time. Would that be convenient? Sure. How could she refuse such a perfect opportunity to vent? The next day, Zhang Yaoyao arrived as agreed. The mother and daughter sitting across from her each had their own style. One playing good cop, one playing bad cop. Miss Zhang, what would you like to drink? The wine and beverages here are quite good. No need for such trouble. We're not exactly on speaking terms. Plain water is fine. What do you mean by that? But since they came to apologize, Bo Yunqi's mother stopped her just as she was about to lose her temper. It was all Yunqi's fault, but she's broken up with him now. Since you were classmates before, don't let this incident ruin your friendship. She urged Bo Yunqi to apologize to Zhang Yaoyao. The proud Miss Bo had never suffered such humiliation. She was naturally unwilling, but she had no choice. After all, if things escalated, it wouldn't benefit her. It wasn't worth ruining her future over a man. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. How could one refuse when a green tea girl comes to apologize? After all, they started it. Those who provoke her must pay the price. Otherwise, how would they learn their lesson and know not to mess with her? Seeing Bo Yunshi's frustrated expression and inability to do anything about it made Jiang Yaoyao extremely satisfied. Actually, whether Miss Bo apologizes or not doesn't matter to me. After all, one shouldn't argue with animals. Besides, I didn't lose out. If I remember correctly, you're the one who got beaten last time. So if we happen to meet again, let's pretend we don't know each other. Because seeing you two scumbags makes me sick like looking at shit. So don't appear before me unless necessary. Bo Yunshi, who had been holding back, finally snapped. Jiang Yaoyao, don't go too far. Are you taking advantage of our kindness? Yunshi, what are you doing? Have you forgotten what I told you at home? I'm sorry, Miss Jiang. Yunshi just broke up. She's in a bad mood and emotionally unstable. But she came to apologize sincerely. This is an apology gift she specially picked for you. See if you like it. It seemed the mother and daughter had really invested in this. How embarrassing. Madam, you shouldn't have. No. As long as Miss Jiang likes it. Seeing Jiang Yaoyao happily accept the bracelet, Madam Bo finally felt relieved. No matter how tough she was still just a young girl who couldn't resist such temptations. So, she got straight to the point. In that case, could you delete those photos and videos now? While playing with the bracelet on her hand, Jiang Yaoyao casually said, Madam, are you referring to those eye-burning bed photos and videos of Miss Lin? Yes. If you delete them all, we can fulfill any request you have. Jiang Yaoyao swayed the bracelet, smiling lightly. Since Madam is so sincere, I'll agree. Then she added, I agree. I won't release those photos and videos. Madam Bo, thinking she had finally achieved her goal, was about to express her gratitude. But Bo Yunshi suddenly realized something was wrong. What exactly do you mean, Jiang Yaoyao? My mom just said to delete them. You've accepted the gift, yet you're playing dumb. Are you doing this on purpose? You're absolutely right. I'm doing this on purpose. In freshman year, when I was selected as the school festival dance leader, you deliberately ruined my clothes and replaced me. During the final exam, you intentionally tore up my English test paper, which directly led to my 0 score. In sophomore year, during evening self-study, you deliberately sent thugs to ambush me after school. If it weren't for my uncle, I probably would have made the news. Hearing this, Bo Yunshi panicked. Jiang Yaoyao, you're making false accusations out of nothing. Oh really? If you want to keep something secret, don't do it in the first place. Did you really think I wouldn't recognize you just because you changed your name and wore designer clothes? Yi Yunshi? She knew. She had known all along. Don't be scared. I wasn't planning to expose you. That wouldn't be fun. Keeping these things is just my way of self-protection, in case you suddenly decide to take revenge on me someday. Madam is so understanding. I'm sure you can comprehend this, right? Since everything's clear now, we can both take a step back. Since Miss Jiang has promised, I hope we can reach an understanding. No problem. If there's nothing else, I won't bother you two anymore. With that, Jiang Yaoyao turned and left. Why be so polite with her? It's just a waste of time. Why not just hack her phone? Is that okay? Mom, listen to me on this. I absolutely cannot let her have any leverage over me. This man is definitely doing this on purpose. I told him clearly, we broke up cleanly. Told him not to come to my house unnecessarily. What's wrong with him? Or is he deliberately opposing me? I shouldn't have gotten involved with him. And now look, how long has it been since he left? This bastard is back already. Yaoyao, you're finally back. Don't you know your boyfriend is waiting at home? Jinlan has been here for a while. Big brother, you can't play like this. Didn't I tell you not to come? Don't you understand human language? You bastard. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Love acting, huh? Well, I'm not bad at acting either. Come on. So Jiang Yaoyao rushed to Bo Jinlan's side. She hugged his arm and started acting coy. You're so bad coming home without telling me. I really didn't know so. Bo loved you so much. Well, only a fool wouldn't take advantage of this opportunity. Come on, who's afraid of whom? The next moment, her hands boldly roamed over Bo Jinlan's body, even daringly pressing against his firm, strong chest. The feeling was too good. The moment Jiang Yaoyao touched Bo Jinlan, her body involuntarily reacted, so she struggled to issue a warning. Yaoyao, stop playing, or face the consequences. Seeing the desire in Bo Jinlan's eyes, Jiang Yaoyao knew he was aroused. Oh no, things got too heated. What am I doing? Why pick a fight with this dangerous man? So she quickly withdrew her hands and hid them. Okay, I was just joking with you. Then came a loud crash as Chung Ruinji Ruinji through her cup. This is unbearable to watch. Flirting and showing off your love, treating me like I'm invisible. I'm going upstairs to read. But the old man was the first to disagree. There's so much space downstairs. Isn't that enough for you to read? Why go upstairs? Is this really my father? How can he be so oblivious? Dad, I think you should probably give us some space too. Chung Ruinji frantically signaled with his eyes. The old man finally caught on. Oh yes, I just remembered I need to water the flowers upstairs. Let's go together. Watching the two disappear in the blink of an eye, the two youngsters on the sofa were completely bewildered. Seeing Uncle's eyes twitching earlier, they knew they had gone too far again. So she directly questioned, "Why did you suddenly come to my house again? Didn't I tell you not to come these days? I almost gave us away just now. Please don't do these surprise attacks anymore, okay? I came to get the clothes I changed yesterday. You're a big CEO. Are you really short on clothes? Besides, couldn't you have sent your driver? I was the one being teased just now." The little woman fired up first. "Do you need to be so nervous?" "Of course I'm nervous. Do you know what would happen if they found out our relationship is fake? My grandfather can be very fierce when angry, and my uncle has practiced boxing for several years, you know? So, after all this talk, you're trying to make me back off, right?" How bold was this girl? Not only did she find a boyfriend 10 years older, but she even performed R-rated scenes in her family's living room. It was her boyfriend's fault for being too tempting. She accidentally went too far, completely forgetting about her watching family members. It was unbearable to watch. But surprisingly, her family didn't object. They even actively gave them space to continue. It left both of them confused. Is this the normal procedure? Little did they know the two were just acting. Zhang Yaoyao was now thinking about how to make their breakup reasonable and quick. So she brought up her uncle's boxing experience and his overwhelming combat ability, attempting to make the man back off. "Don't get entangled with me. I'll be fine. After all, I'm the Chung family's granddaughter. At most, I'll just get scolded. But you're different. I'm afraid your delicate body won't be able to handle it." Hearing Zhang Yaoyao's words, Bo Jinlan's competitive spirit instantly ignited. "My delicate body? Are you questioning my abilities?" Zhang Yaoyao's eyes unconsciously glanced at the man's body, her mind starting to imagine his body under the clothes. Though he looked lean, he was actually very strong, constantly emanating male hormones. Oh no, I'm swooning over him again. If there's nothing else, just take your clothes and go. It's getting late." But Bo Jinlan didn't want to let her have her way. "Actually, besides getting the clothes, there's something else. What do you want? Just say it quickly." The next second, Bo Jinlan pulled out several receipts. "Didn't you say to get reimbursement from you for yesterday's gifts? Here they are." When Zhang Yaoyao took the receipts, she was immediately dumbfounded. "Oh my God, this bastard did it on purpose. It was just acting. Why did you spend so much money? All these expenses, red wine, Dragon Well tea set. Are you trying to kill me?" So she directly questioned, "Why did you buy such expensive things?" But the bastard just looked innocent. "Is it expensive? I thought it was reasonable." Stay calm. He's rich and stupid. Don't argue with him." But the key was that she had offered to pay him back. Wouldn't it be embarrassing to say she had no money now? So she pushed him to the sofa. "Wait a moment. I'm sorry, I don't have that much cash right now. Could we do installment payments? Or I can write you an IOU. Actually, it doesn't have to be that complicated. Let me suggest something." Hearing there might be a solution, Yaoyao almost cried. Tell me. You're handsome and kind-hearted. May good people be blessed." But the next second, Bo Jinlan pushed her down on the sofa and leaned over her, continuously moving closer to her. He couldn't be going to... "What are you doing?" The next second, Bo Jinlan's words confirmed her suspicions. "How about one kiss to offset 1 million? Zhang Yaoyao couldn't believe her ears. Was this something that this high and mighty man would say? God, wasn't he being direct enough? This silly woman, why does she always doubt his intentions? So he directly caressed her face, pulling her closer to himself again, gently playing with her lips. "I said I want a kiss to offset that 1 million. What do you think?" The man was willing to spend 1 million just for one kiss from her. She thought the man was being merciful, but didn't know it was his long-planned scheme, deliberately making her owe him a huge sum to take the bait. The man gently pinched her chin, adjusting to the perfect position, just to kiss her lips, making her drop her disguise, lose herself in the moment, completely captivated. Just as the man was about to get his wish, they were abruptly interrupted. "Yaoyao, your aunt is calling. Says she needs to talk to you." The old man hadn't expected things to progress so quickly. Zhang Yaoyao finally came to her senses. At this moment, she was being pinned down by this man and her grandfather was watching. So embarrassing. She quickly pushed Bo Jinlon away. Hey, get away from me. But this man not only didn't budge, he remained as steady as a mountain. He was absolutely shameless. Seeing the young couple so in love, the old man was naturally pleased. The call's not important. You two continue. Continue. I need to water my flowers upstairs again. Strange, the weather is too dry today. Zhang Yaoyao was on the verge of tears. Am I this unlucky? First caught by her uncle at the hotel, now caught by her grandfather on the sofa. I don't want to live anymore. What was that just now? Grandfather saw everything. It's so embarrassing. What's wrong? Isn't it better that he saw? Oh, that's true. This way, grandfather won't suspect we're fake lovers. So he was just acting just now. Oh no. I actually took it seriously. I thought he really wanted to kiss me. I even closed my eyes and got lost in the moment. She angrily questioned, if it was just acting, why did you get so close? Unexpectedly, the man seriously replied, how can we kiss if I don't get close? You're so shameless. Let's just drop it. I won't argue with you anymore. It's a waste of time. But Bo Jinlon didn't plan to end it there. Actually, what do you want to say? I really don't mind trading $1 million for you. You stubborn girl, you might want to reconsider. The offer stands anytime. Hearing this, Zhang Yaoyao got angry. You're dreaming. I don't have the money now, but don't think you can take advantage of me. I'll pay you back every cent after some time. But these days, you better stay at your own home. Don't come to my house anymore. Mr. Bo can go home now. No need for goodbyes. Please leave. Watching Zhang Yaoyao leave in anger, Bo Jinlon wasn't upset. Are you underestimating your charm or my sincerity? The cold, domineering Seo turned into a clingy puppy, flirting with the girl regardless of time and place. Who could handle this? Even more presumptuous, trying to buy kisses with money and going straight for her lips. Was I too polite to you? Making you think I have no temper? She used all her strength to make the clingy Seo stay obediently at home and not bother her. Unexpectedly, after just a few peaceful days, her family started suspecting they had broken up. Yao, why aren't you going on dates with Jinlon? You're on vacation now. You should spend more time together to improve your relationship. Could it be you've been dumped already? You lost your wife and still dare to talk about Yao? You useless thing. Go get Tao back if you're so capable. Yao's not like you. She and Jinlon are doing great, right Yao? Meanwhile, Zhang Yaoyao was messaging Bo Jinlon. I'm going out with friends tomorrow. Cover for me and say we're on a date. But the man said he had already planned to play ball. Then let's say we're going together. Don't mess this up. Uncle, my boyfriend is taking me to play ball tomorrow. Let's see how you can doubt me now. Unexpectedly, Cheng Ruinji looked confused. Really? I haven't heard Jinlon mention bringing you along tomorrow. No way. This dishonest dog of a man didn't tell me he made plans with Uncle. Now I've walked right into it. Uncle, can you not go tomorrow? Jinlon's about to go on a business trip. We finally have a chance to go on a date. You wouldn't want to be a third wheel either. Yeah, am I starving or something? Just thinking about watching you two being lovey-dovey makes me sick. I'll work overtime at the office tomorrow. Always working overtime. Are you brainless? You have time, but don't know to date Tao. How did I give birth to such an idiot? Can't even chase a girl. The next day, Zhang Yaoyao took a taxi to the appointment. After getting in, she called Bo Jinlon to remind him, don't forget, I'm playing ball with you. Don't slip up. The man agreed readily. However, shortly after departing, Zhang Yaoyao noticed something was wrong. She felt a black car was following her. She told the driver to speed up, but he refused. Miss, this isn't a joke. It's not just unsafe. If traffic police catch us, my whole day's work will be wasted. Unexpectedly, Zhang Yaoyao acted mysteriously, asking the driver to follow the car ahead, deliberately making him suspect her identity. Miss, are you a police officer? Zhang Yaoyao went along with it, immediately igniting the driver's fighting spirit. All right, if you're police, I'm at ease. I'll follow them closely. He stepped on the gas and sped away. Noticing they were speeding up, the black car behind also accelerated to keep up. She wasn't wrong. Someone was really following her. She quickly called Bo Jinlon, speaking in a low voice. I think someone's following me. Don't panic. I'll send you my location. Have the driver come here. Leave the rest to me. Don't be afraid. Your boyfriend will protect you. Another day of being impressed by the CEO. The woman just went out shopping and encountered danger. According to the plot, this should be the time for her boyfriend to show his impressive boyfriend power. So she sought help from him. After planning their strategy, They drove directly to where he was. After being followed all the way, when Zhang Yaoyao got out of the car, she realized her followers were just some local thugs. Probably Bo Yunxi's doing again. Now wasn't the time for confrontation. The priority was to find Bo Jinlan first. So Zhang Yaoyao ran as fast as she could, creating a scene of a beautiful woman running with thugs chasing behind. Finally reaching the meeting spot with Bo Jinlan, but no one was there. No way. Is this dog of a man doing this on purpose? Just because I ruined his basketball game with Uncle? You shouldn't play me like this. Just then, the yellow-haired thug grabbed her. Too late to escape. Men really can't be trusted, just like pigs can't climb trees. Looks like I'll have to handle this myself. She swung her limited edition handbag at the yellow-haired thug. Unexpectedly, he was caught off guard with no chance to retaliate. Then other thugs surrounded her. Seeing the situation worsen, Zhang Yaoyao quickly backed away. How about it? Where else can you run? Such a delicate little sister. Why not just cooperate with us? Since that's the case, let's be clear. Bo Yunxi sent you to find me. That's right, you're quite smart. Since you know why we're here, don't just stand there. Hand over your phone. How much did Bo Yunxi pay you? I'll pay 10 times more. Or name your price. As long as you let me go, I won't cause trouble for you. Can you afford 10 times of 1 million? Who knew Bo Yunxi would spend so much to deal with you? But I don't have that much money now. No money? No problem. Miss Bo said just hand over your phone and let us take some photos. Then everything between you will be settled. I suggest you cooperate or we won't be so nice. You're working so hard for Bo Yunxi, but do you know who really calls the shots in the Bo family? If you offend me and Bo Jinlan finds out, are you sure Bo Yunxi can protect you? At this moment, they hadn't realized the gravity of the situation. Little miss, you're funny. You think he'd help you, an outsider, instead of his own sister? Who do you think you are to him? Unexpectedly, the next second they were frozen in place, because someone they never dreamed would appear stood before them. Bo Jinlan appeared in sportswear, walking towards them, saying dominantly, "She's my person. You dare touch her? Do you have a death wish?" Though somewhat inappropriate, Zhang Yaoyao was once again struck by this man's coolness. Though he's a dog, she had to admit he looked incredibly attractive in sportswear. The previously smug yellow-haired thug now stammered in fear. "Mr. Bo, we're just doing what we're paid for. We really didn't know she was your person. We wouldn't dare, even with 10 times the courage. Mr. Bo, if there's nothing else, we'll leave now." The people trying to escape didn't know what price they would pay. Did I say you could leave? Did you ask my permission before touching my person? It's not scary when men are handsome. It's scary when they're both handsome and roguish. This was Zhang Yaoyao's first time seeing Bo Jinlan angry. She was losing control again. Who dares touch my person? The one I cherish most, the one I wouldn't even hurt myself. Someone's actually foolish enough to provoke me. Did I say you could leave? Now the yellow-haired thug's eyes showed only fear. Why did they provoke this living devil? Jinlan casually brought a cigarette to his lips. He pulled out a lighter from his pocket. Though he didn't say another word, he gave off an inexplicable sense of dread. Then came a rumbling sound, and in the blink of an eye, a group of black-suited bodyguards entered. Without any effort, they subdued the yellow-haired thug and his men. The thug quickly explained and begged, "Mr. Bo, please let us go. It's all a misunderstanding. Knock them all out. Take them to the car and guard them well. Not one leaves without my order." This was Zhang Yaoyao's first time seeing this side of Bo Jinlan, cold, fierce, dangerous, and unapproachable. When Bo Jinlan asked if she was all right, Zhang Yaoyao was still dazed. He seemed to have changed a lot, no longer the gentle and polite young man he once was. "What's wrong? Don't tell me you were really scared. With your skills, I knew you could hold on a bit longer. So you deliberately watched me suffer? You were watching from upstairs? Was it fun seeing me in such a mess? I was just giving you space to perform. Did you get all the recordings?" "Of course. I was stalling for time just to record evidence of their bribery. Now you know I wasn't abandoning you, right? I wouldn't have given them any chance to hurt you. What if they had actually attacked me?" Bo Jinlan said seriously, "Then fight back. If you kill them, I'll take responsibility." Though he said this, Bo Jinlan was actually worried. Actually, when Zhang Yaoyao first came in, he knew. Isn't that Lao Cheng's niece? She seems to be in trouble. Some thugs are chasing her. Should we help? If not for their agreement, he would have gone up immediately to deal with those people. "Jinlan, what's wrong? You're really keeping your cool. Not helping? Let's watch more. It's not time to act yet. Looking at this girl's stance, no wonder you're not worried. I think those thugs are the ones who should be worried. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlon suddenly left. Hey, where are you going? Weren't you not helping? It's about time. Of course I'm going to help. Are you sure Miss Jiang is that capable? Does she need your help? So why are you going down now? This man was panicking, compared to his loved one. What scared him more was seeing her fearless eyes and trained movements when facing danger. He remembered how she used to look at him with admiration and dependence. When upset, she would run to him first, seeking his comfort and care. Now he was afraid she no longer needed him, and more afraid she had truly let go of her feelings for him. What he didn't know was that Jiang Yaoyao was also struggling. Why did this man always do things that made her waver, making her buried heart start to hope again? So Jiang Yaoyao began to brainwash herself. It's all an illusion. He must be nice to me because of Uncle. I can't like him anymore. Finally, Bo Jinlon asked what he cared about most. When did you learn self-defense? What made you want to learn it? Indeed. Why? Because I had to learn. Or should I let people bully me like before? Countless failures taught me not to rely on anyone, because no one can be trusted. In crucial moments, you can only rely on yourself. Seeing the girl's hysteria, Bo Jinlon couldn't help but wonder about the years he wasn't by her side. Had she suffered many hardships? Su Feng waited impatiently nearby. Brothers, stop just chatting with the girl. Are we still playing basketball or not? Neither paid him any attention. Yao Yao, come to the Bo house with me. Why should I go to the Bo house? Are you planning to let Bo Yunshi's revenge attempt today just slide? Bo Jinlon's attitude surprised Jiang Yaoyao. There's no need to trouble the elders. I'm fine anyway. You've beaten them up. That's revenge enough for me. Besides, she's your cousin. But Bo Jinlon was more open-minded. Whoever makes a mistake must be punished. Aren't you afraid she'll cause you trouble again? His words made sense. So, is this man doing all this for me? Jiang Yaoyao, don't foolishly overthink things. With that, the two prepared to leave together for the Bo family mansion. Su Feng was so angry, he started jumping around. You two are too much. Ami Acosto Somethin. How can you ignore my existence like this? After getting in the car, Jiang Yaoyao looked at Bo Jinlon with confusion. She had never seen him drive before. Are you sure you can drive? If not, I can take over. Hearing this, Bo Jinlon leaned closer with a suggestive look. Don't you know my driving skills well enough? What did this man mean? When did I ever know about that? Then drive slowly. Since Yao Yao likes it slow, I'll go slow. Jiang Yaoyao closed her eyes, pretending to shut down. Why was this dog of a man being so flirtatious while driving? Not only that, Bo Jinlon leaned closer again, directly embracing her. No way. Watching the man's face draw nearer, Jiang Yaoyao's body instantly tensed up. What are you doing? Bo Jinlon looked at her expression, thinking this little woman was overthinking again. He deliberately stayed silent and continued leaning closer. Jiang Yaoyao unconsciously held her breath. The once-married cold CEO was becoming more playful, and his face was getting thicker. Not only did he frequently speak flirtatiously, but he also pounced on women regardless of location. Now he was even playing games with women in the car, and Jiang Yaoyao seemed to be silently accepting his behavior. Seeing Jiang Yaoyao's nervous yet expectant expression, Bo Jinlon couldn't help but want to tease her. As the man's body kept getting closer, Jiang Yaoyao's heart began to race uncontrollably. However, the next second, there was a clicking sound. Then came Bo Jinlon's playful taunt. Didn't you say you could drive? Looks like you're just a novice who can't even fasten a seatbelt. Then came Jiang Yaoyao's embarrassed roar. Bo Jinlon, you shameless bastard. Go to hell. Soon after, they arrived at the Bo family mansion. As soon as they entered, Bo Jinlon ordered the servants to call for the family doctor and to summon Bo Yunshi and her mother, who knew there would be another nosy person tagging along. While Bo Jinlon was busy, Jiang Yaoyao sat alone on the sofa. Seeing this setup with Bo Jinlon calling for doctors, the upcoming scene probably wouldn't be pleasant. Looking at his calm and relaxed expression, truly worthy of being chosen by the king of Hell Bo, so he shamelessly went over. I'm quite curious by nature, also here to watch the show. Let me join in. Just as he sat down, he received a warning glare from Bo Jinlon. Brother, haven't you misunderstood your position? Keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Shortly after, Bo Yunxi and her mother arrived. They immediately questioned Zhang Yaoyao about why she was in their house. Zhang Yaoyao didn't let them off easy. Miss Bo has such poor memory. Didn't we agree to pretend not to know each other when we meet again? You forgot so quickly. It was fine until the previous incident was mentioned. Bo Yunxi immediately flared up. You bitch, who are you cursing at? Seeing there were outsiders, Madame Bo quickly stopped her. At this point, Su Feng directly mocked. Though I don't come off into the Bo family. Since when did they start treating guests like this? I'm sorry, Yunxi was wrong. She's thoughtless, please don't mind her. Isn't Miss Bo an adult? Only children are called thoughtless. Shouldn't this be called ill-mannered? Miss Jiang came with me. Could it be that Miss Bo has an issue with me? Hearing this, the mother and daughter felt uneasy. No. Yunxi apologized quickly. Just then, the Bo family patriarch appeared. I don't know why so many people are here. What exactly happened? When old Master Bo arrived, Su Feng immediately distanced himself. Actually, I'm just here to watch. Let Jinlan explain the specifics. Brother, it's your turn to take the stage. Come on, start your performance. I can't wait. You really know how to pick your moments. Why aren't you so smug now? Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlan first turned to the doctor and asked, Did you bring grandfather's usual medicine? Only after receiving confirmation did he feel at ease. After all, while the matter needed to be resolved, they couldn't risk the old master's health. Alright, now let's discuss Miss Zhang's situation. Another day of being captivated by the CEO's charm. The woman just went out shopping and encountered danger. Following the plot, this was when the boyfriend should show his impressive boyfriend power. So she directly sought help from the man. After planning their strategy, they drove straight to his place. As soon as Zhang Yaoyao got out of the car after being followed all the way, she realized her followers were just some local thugs. Probably Bo Yunxi's doing again. Now wasn't the time for direct confrontation. The priority was to find Bo Jinlan first. So Zhang Yaoyao started running, creating a scene of a beauty being chased by thugs. When she finally reached the meeting point with Bo Jinlan, there was no one there. No way is this dog of a man doing this on purpose? Just because I ruined his basketball game with Uncle? You shouldn't play me like this. Just then, the yellow-haired thug grabbed her. Not good. Too late. Men really can't be trusted. Might as well do it myself. She swung her limited edition weapon at the yellow-haired thug. Unexpectedly, he had no chance to retaliate. At this point, other thugs surrounded her. Seeing the situation worsen, Zhang Yaoyao quickly backed away. How about it? Where else can you run? Little sister, you're so delicate. Why not cooperate with us? Since that's the case, let's be clear. Bo Yunxi sent you to find me. You're quite smart. Since you know why we're here, don't just stand there. Hand over your phone. How much did Bo Yunxi pay you? I'll pay 10 times that. Or name your price. If you let me go, I won't cause you trouble. Can you afford 10 times 1 million? Who knew Bo Yunxi would spend so much to deal with you? But I don't have that much money now. No money? No problem. Miss Bo said just hand over your phone and let us take some photos and everything between you will be settled. I advise you to cooperate or we won't be so nice. You're so loyal to Bo Yunxi, but do you know who really calls the shots in the Bo family? If you offend me and Bo Jinlan finds out, are you sure Bo Yunxi can protect you? At this moment, they hadn't realized the gravity of the situation. Little girl, you're funny. You think he'd help you, an outsider, instead of his own sister? Who do you think you are to him? The next second, they were frozen in shock, seeing someone they never dreamed would appear before them. Bo Jinlan appeared in sportswear, walking towards them, saying domineeringly, "She's my person. You dare touch her? Do you have a death wish?" Though somewhat inappropriate, Zhang Yaoyao was once again struck by this man's charm. Though he was a dog, she had to admit he looked incredibly attractive in sportswear. The previously smug yellow-haired thug was now stammering in fear. "Mr. Bo, we're just doing what we're paid for. We really didn't know she was yours. Even with 10 lives, we wouldn't dare. We really wouldn't dare. Mr. Bo, if there's nothing else, we'll take our leave." The people trying to escape didn't know what price they would have to pay. "Did I say you could leave? You touch my person. Did you ask for my permission?" It's not scary when a man is handsome, but when he's both handsome and roguish. This was the first time Zhang Yaoyao saw Bo Jinlan angry. Great, she was losing control again. Who dares to touch my person? Someone I cherish and wouldn't dare harm myself. Yet someone's foolish enough to provoke me. Did I say you could leave? Now the yellow-haired thug's eyes showed only fear. Why did they have to provoke this living hell? Bo Jinlong casually brought a cigarette to his lips. He pulled out a lighter from his pocket. Though he didn't say another word, he gave off an inexplicable sense of intimidation. Then came a rumbling sound, and in the blink of an eye, a group of black-suited bodyguards entered. Without any effort, they subdued the yellow-haired thug and his men. The thug quickly explained and begged, "Mr. Bo, please let us go. It's all a misunderstanding. Knock them all out. Take them to the car and guard them well. My orders. Not one leaves." This was the first time Jiang Yaoyao saw this side of Bo Jinlong: cold, ruthless, dangerous, and unapproachable. When Bo Jinlong asked if she was all right, Jiang Yaoyao was still dazed. He seemed to have changed so much. He was no longer that gentle, polite young man. "What's wrong? Don't tell me you're really scared. From what I saw of your skills, you could have held out longer. So you deliberately didn't help? You were watching from upstairs? Was it fun watching me struggle? I was giving you space to perform. Did you get the recording?" "Of course. I was stalling for time to record evidence of their bribery. Now you know I wasn't abandoning you. I wouldn't have given them a chance to hurt you. What if they had really attacked?" Bo Jinlong said seriously, "Then fight back. If they die, it's on me." Though he said this, Bo Jinlong was actually worried. Actually, when Jiang Yaoyao first came in, he knew his niece was in trouble. She seems to be in trouble. Some thugs are chasing her. Should we help? If not for their agreement, he would have gone up immediately to deal with those people. "Jinlong, what's wrong? You're really keeping calm. Let's wait and watch. It's not time to intervene yet." Looking at this girl's stance, no wonder you're not worried. I think those thugs are the ones who should be worried. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlong suddenly left. "Hey, where are you going? Weren't we not helping? It's about time. Of course I'm going to help. Are you sure Miss Jiang is that capable? Does she need your help? So why are you going down now?" This man was panicking. Compared to his loved one, facing danger made him feel more scared and helpless. Seeing the fearless look in her eyes and her trained movements, he remembered how she used to look at him with admiration and dependence. When upset, she would run to him first, seeking his comfort and care. Now he was afraid she no longer needed him, more afraid she had truly let go of her feelings for him. What he didn't know was that Jiang Yaoyao was also tormented. Why did this man always do things that made her waver, making her sealed heart start to hope again? So, Jiang Yaoyao began brainwashing herself again. It's all an illusion. He must be nice to me only because of Uncle. I can't like him again. I can't. Bo Jinlong finally asked what he cared about most. "When did you learn self-defense? What made you want to learn it?" "Why? Because I had to learn it, of course. Or should I let people bully me like before? Countless failures taught me not to rely on anyone, because no one can be trusted. In crucial moments, you can only rely on yourself." Seeing the girl's hysteria, Bo Jinlong couldn't help but wonder about the years he wasn't by her side. Had she suffered many grievances? Su Feng, standing aside, grew impatient. "Brother, stop just chatting with the girl. Are we still playing ball or not?" Neither paid him any attention. "Yao Yao, come with me to the Bo house." "Why should I go there? Are you really going to let Bo Yunxi's revenge attempt today slide just like that?" Seeing Bo Jinlong's attitude, Jiang Yaoyao was stunned. "There's no need to trouble the elders. I'm fine anyway. You've already beaten them up. That's revenge enough. Besides, she's your cousin." But Bo Jinlong was more open-minded. "Whoever makes mistakes must be punished. Aren't you afraid they'll cause more trouble?" That made sense. So this man is doing all this for me? Jiang Yaoyao, don't be foolishly presumptuous. With that, they prepared to leave together for the Bo family mansion. Su Feng was furious on the side. You two are too much. Amiya costo somethin? How can you ignore my existence like this?" In the car, Jiang Yaoyao looked puzzled at Bo Jinlong. "I've never seen you drive before. Are you sure you can? If not, I can take over." Hearing this, Bo Jinlong leaned closer, speaking suggestively. "Don't you know my driving skills well enough? What does this man mean? When did I ever know about that?" "Then drive slowly. If Yao Yao likes it slow, then I'll go slow." Jiang Yaoyao closed her eyes, pretending to shut down. This dog of a man, why is he being flirty while driving? Not only that, Bo Jinlong leaned closer again, directly embracing her. "No way," she thought, watching his face draw near. Jiang Yaoyao's body instantly tensed up. "What are you doing?" Bo Jinlon saw her expression. Looks like this little woman is overthinking again. He deliberately stayed silent and continued leaning closer. Zhang Yaoyao unconsciously held her breath. The once-married cold CEO was becoming more playful. His face was getting thicker, occasionally speaking flirtatiously, and pouncing on women regardless of location. Now he was even playing games in the car, and Zhang Yaoyao seemed to be accepting his behavior in their interactions. Seeing Zhang Yaoyao's nervous yet expectant expression, Bo Jinlon couldn't resist teasing her. As the man's body drew closer, Zhang Yaoyao's heart began racing uncontrollably. However, the next moment, she heard a clicking sound. Then came Bo Jinlon's teasing voice. "Didn't you say you could drive? Looks like you're just a novice who can't even fasten a seatbelt." Then came Zhang Yaoyao's embarrassed roar. "Bo Jinlon, you shameless bastard. Go to hell." Soon after, they arrived at the Bo family mansion. Upon entering, Bo Jinlon instructed the servants to first call the family doctor, then summon Bo Yunxin and her mother. Unexpectedly, another nosy person had followed them. While Bo Jinlon was busy, Zhang Yaoyao sat alone on the sofa. Looking at this setup, with Bo Jinlon calling doctors, the upcoming scene wouldn't be peaceful. Looking at his calm and leisurely expression, he truly lived up to his reputation as the living Hell King. So he shamelessly went closer. "I'm quite curious by nature. I'm here to watch the show too. Take Nalun." As soon as he sat down, he received a warning look from Bo Jinlon. "Brother, you seem to have forgotten your place. Keep your distance if you know what's good for you." Soon after, Bo Yunxi and her mother arrived. They immediately questioned Zhang Yaoyao about why she was in their house. Zhang Yaoyao didn't let them off easy. "Miss Bo, your memory is quite poor. Didn't we agree to pretend not to know each other when we meet again? Did you forget so quickly?" It was fine until the previous incident was mentioned. Bo Yunxi immediately flared up. "You bitch, who are you cursing at?" Seeing there were outsiders, Madame Bo quickly stopped her. At this point, Su Feng directly mocked. "Though I don't come often, since when did this house start treating guests like this?" "I'm sorry, Yunxi was wrong. She's thoughtless. Please don't mind her. Miss Bo should be an adult, right? Only children are called thoughtless. Shouldn't this be called ill-mannered? Miss Jiang came with me. Perhaps Miss Bo has an issue with me?" Hearing this, the mother and daughter felt uneasy. No, Yunxi apologized quickly. Just then, old Master Bo appeared. "I wonder why so many people have come to see me. What exactly happened?" When old Master Bo arrived, Su Feng immediately distanced himself. "Actually, I'm just here to watch. Let Jinlon explain what's going on." "Brother, it's your turn. Come on, start your performance. I can't wait. You're really good at picking your moments. Why aren't you so smug now?" Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlon first asked the doctor, "Did you bring grandfather's usual medicine?" Only after receiving confirmation did he relax. After all, while the matter needed to be resolved, they couldn't risk the old master's health. "Alright, now let's discuss Miss Jiang's matter." The man couldn't tolerate it. He couldn't tolerate anyone daring to harm his person. Little did they know, the people sent couldn't harm the woman at all, and ended up beaten black and blue. So the two followed the plan, not only obtaining strong evidence, but also making the thugs regret their actions deeply. Now it was time to seek justice for his woman. Since everyone's here, let's discuss Miss Jiang's matter. The mother and daughter were still playing dumb. What happened to Miss Jiang? It seems third aunt doesn't know. Miss Jiang was just followed by someone. Fortunately, nothing happened. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here. Hearing this, the scheming mother and daughter relaxed. They thought their people had been discovered by Zhang Yaoyao, but it was just a false alarm. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlon brought everything into the open. Grandfather probably doesn't know that Yunxi and Miss Jiang have had some conflicts. The old master was shrewd and immediately understood Bo Jinlon's implications. "Are you saying this incident is related to Yunxi?" The mother and daughter immediately realized this wouldn't be easily resolved. They hurriedly explained, "It's like this. Yunxi previously had a boyfriend, who we later found out was Miss Jiang's ex-boyfriend. But Yunxi has already apologized to Miss Jiang about this, and she's also broken up with that man." "Yes, about someone following Miss Jiang. We have absolutely nothing to do with it." The old master turned to ask Zhang Yaoyao, "Miss Jiang, is it as they say?" Zhang Yaoyao nodded to the old master. "That's more or less it." The mother and daughter thought they could escape and breathed a sigh of relief. But before they could recover, Zhang Yaoyao suddenly stood up. "However, I'd like to correct a few points. First, when Miss Bo was dating Xie Jinran, I hadn't broken up with him. Second, regarding the stalking incident, it probably isn't completely unrelated to Miss Bo. I knew you wouldn't admit it, so I had to keep evidence. Then she played the recording in front of everyone. Miss Bo promised us 1 million. Said if you hand over your phone and cooperate with us to take some nude photos, we'll consider the matter settled. The next words directly angered old Master Bo. And you try to scare us with Bo Jinlong? He's just lucky. For a young master like him, I alone could take on 10 of him. Feeling the timing was right, Jiang Yaoyao stopped the recording. Everyone should understand clearly now. I don't think I need to say more. Su Feng watched in amazement from the side. As expected of someone taught by Bo Jinlong, deliberately stopping the recording there, no way the old master could stay calm. Sure enough, with a loud bang, the old master exploded in anger. He sternly rebuked, "You two, explain this." But these two were really something. They completely denied everything. "Miss Jiang, there must be some misunderstanding. Yunxi has been with me these days. She hasn't gone anywhere." Jiang Yaoyao, don't think you can frame me just by finding some people to make a recording. Knowing these two wouldn't easily admit it. So Miss Bo still refuses to confess? Why should I admit to something I didn't do? Don't push me too far. Don't think I'll always be tolerant. The word tolerant made Jiang Yaoyao laugh. You're tolerant? Then she whispered to Bo Jinlong, it's your turn to perform. The domineering CEO just wanted a simple romance. He never thought it would be so difficult. He had been a good boy, keeping himself pure for his wife. He thought after sleeping together, they could officially be together. But he was directly rejected. Was his performance not good enough? Though it was his first time too, surely it wasn't that bad. He could only agree to pretend to be lovers to fool his family. But she kept reminding him not to take the act seriously. It was almost giving him internal injuries. Worse, his unrelated adopted sister kept provoking and angering his wife. Didn't she know how hard he was trying? Yet she came to cause trouble, so she couldn't blame him for calling people in. He ordered his subordinates to bring the person in. Then 2 subordinates dragged in a hopeless-looking guy with dyed yellow hair. When their eyes met, Bo Yunxi's eyes flashed with shock and fear. The yellow-haired guy thought someone could finally save his life. He thought Bo Yunxi could save him, not knowing she could barely save herself now. So he rushed over and grabbed Bo Yunxi's fair legs. "Miss Bo, save me. I only followed Miss Jiang because of you." Bo Yunxi was terrified and pushed him away, warning, "Don't talk nonsense. I don't even know you." The yellow-haired guy hurriedly explained, "Please, I'm the most innocent. No, I can't take all the blame. Miss Bo, you can't abandon me now. You told us to delete the photos from Miss Jiang's phone and take nude photos of her. You said if she doesn't cooperate, we should teach her a lesson. I still have our call records and transfer records on my phone." He started reaching for his phone to find evidence. At this moment, old Master Bo was so angry he threw his teacup. He roared, "Yi Xian, is this how you raise your daughter?" The green tea mother immediately knelt down begging for mercy. Like mother, like daughter, each worse than the other. Even faced with solid evidence, she still shamelessly tried to cover for her daughter. She even naively thought that just having Bo Yunxi apologize would solve everything. Looking at the mother and daughter, old Master Bo was filled with regret. You dare to misuse the Bo family name, causing trouble outside and getting Jinlong slandered as worthless? He's the Bo family heir I personally raised. As he spoke, he threw the purple clay teapot at Bo Yunxi. Look what you've done. Not only being a homewrecker, but also trying to harm others. Who gave you such courage? Looking at the shattered teapot on the floor, Su Feng felt heartbroken. That was my gift to the old master, worth several $100,000. How could he be so careless? In this state, there's no need to call a doctor. We should first collect all the valuable items. Seeing things had settled down, Bo Jinlong ordered his men to take the yellow-haired guy away. The guy made one last plea. We were just following orders. We didn't harm a single hair on Miss Jiang's head. Seeing Bo Jinlong's unmoved expression, Jiang Yaoyao felt they were truly unfortunate. Not only did they fail, but they were also severely beaten by Bo Jinlong's men. Bo Jinlong quickly went to comfort the old master. "Grandfather, have some tea and calm down. Don't hurt yourself over outsiders." That one sentence both enlightened the old master and separated the mother-daughter duo from the family. The old master immediately decided to expel them from the family to prevent them from tarnishing the family name. The mother and daughter still looked disbelieving. Seeing this outcome, Jiang Yaoyao was also surprised. Bo Jinlong's first thought was to seek praise from his wife. "How was that? I did well, right? Are you feeling better now?" Indeed, when men investigate, women need not get involved. appearing calm on the surface while having arranged everything behind the scenes. With just a few words, he had the green tea mother and daughter thrown out, all to appease his woman. In reality, Jiang Yaoyao hadn't lost a single hair. Wasn't this too extreme? But Bo Jinlong seemed perfectly content, still seeking praise from his wife. Well, are you feeling better now? It's fine. Seeing Bo Jinlong getting closer, Jiang Yaoyao quickly warned, "Don't get so close to me. Can't you see old Master Bo noticed?" Indeed, the old master had long noticed something between them. Given his grandson's personality, he wouldn't get involved unless it was important. "I apologize for the scene today, Miss Jiang. No, I should apologize. I disturbed your rest and troubled you to help me seek justice." Now the old master wanted to know what his grandson was up to. "Since the matter is resolved, I won't keep Miss Jiang. Su Feng will escort you home." The old master's favoritism was too obvious. Not letting his grandson escort her, but sending an outsider instead. Not even inviting her for dinner despite it being mealtime. Really treating me like a tool. Bo Jinlong quickly came over to remind, "When you drive Miss Jiang home, don't forget to drive slowly." Su Feng felt utterly confused. Jiang Yaoyao was embarrassed. This dog of a man just wouldn't let go of the driving joke. Su Feng said directly, "Yaoyao, let's go." The two left chatting and laughing. Watching them leave, Bo Jinlong felt jealous. "Yaoyao, since when did they become so close?" In the car, Jiang Yaoyao asked Su Feng to drop her at her friend's place, planning to go shopping together. Su Feng couldn't help but admire Jiang Yaoyao's resilience. After everything that happened, she still maintained such good spirits. They started chatting casually. "By the way, little Yaoyao, are you close with Jinlong?" "Oh no." Su Feng must be starting to suspect their relationship. "It's okay. We're not that close. I remember you were neighbors before. He's always been close with old Chun, so you must be quite familiar. Then you must know who his girlfriend is?" "Oh no. How should I answer this? Could it be that the dog of a man told his friends about us? Didn't we agree to keep it secret? A few days ago, he mentioned having a girlfriend. I didn't believe it at first, but seeing your reaction, it must be true. Did his blind date work out?" Only then did Jiang Yaoyao realize Su Feng wasn't talking about her. "You said he went on a blind date?" "Yes. I heard this marriage was carefully arranged by his parents. Given his personality, I thought he wouldn't accept his family's arrangement. Surprisingly, things are moving quite fast. We'll probably be drinking at his wedding soon." Hearing Su Feng's words, Jiang Yaoyao unconsciously clenched her fists. Her good mood vanished. "That dog already has a fiancé, yet keeps coming to my house and flirting with me. Is he trying to play with my feelings?" Just then, Bo Jinlong sent a message. "Ruinji said you're returning to High City?" Bo Jinlong, still unaware of what happened, received a message from Jiang Yaoyao about repaying his money. He immediately called her, but Jiang Yaoyao didn't want to deal with him. Since he already had a fiancé, she couldn't get entangled with him anymore. She hung up directly. If he could turn away so easily 3 years ago, he wouldn't miss her this time either. "I'm dead. I'm dead. The wife I was about to win over is running away again." Just when the man thought he was about to succeed in winning his wife back, everything fell apart again. What sin did he commit to have such a troublesome friend who went to gossip about his blind date, making Jiang Yaoyao think he was playing with her feelings, directly causing her to draw a clear line and plan to return to High City early to cut ties completely. Old Master Chung, unaware of their quarrel, asked his son to take Jiang Yaoyao to the airport. But Chung Ruinji replied, "We don't need to worry about her now. Her boyfriend will pick her up soon. They're going to High City together, so someone will take care of her on the way." Hearing Bo Jinlong was coming, Jiang Yaoyao was shocked. "What? He's going to High City with me? Why don't I know anything about this?" She immediately called to question the dog of a man. The old master was delighted. Young people are so interesting. Jinlong has quite a few surprises. "Bo Jinlong, why didn't you tell me about going to High City? You didn't answer my call last time. I didn't have a chance to tell you in advance." Jiang Yaoyao was furious. The dog of a man was really turning things around and blaming her. But thinking about it, there was no need to get entangled with him anymore. Since she decided to cut ties, she'd treat him as a regular friend. She decided to clarify everything on the plane and part ways for good. So she immediately changed her tone and asked sweetly, "Mr. Bo, when will you arrive?" Bo Jinlong, unaware of Jiang Yaoyao's plans, thought his wife was being coquettish. So now you want your boyfriend to appear quickly? Are all men this troublesome? Can you just stop talking and hurry up? After hanging up, Bo Jinlon told the driver to speed up. After all, someone was eager to see him, and he couldn't keep her waiting too long. The driver was curious. No one dared to speak to his boss like that, so he tentatively asked, "Boss, is Mrs. Bo getting impatient?" Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlon admitted, "Yes, Mrs. Bo is eager to see me. She's so clingy, but what can I do? You have to spoil your woman." Seeing his boss's proud expression, the driver felt like he was being force-fed dog food. Meanwhile, Zhang Yaoyao wasn't so happy. This dog of a man is moving too slowly. A voice came from outside. "Your long-awaited boyfriend is here. Why don't you rush downstairs?" Zhang Yaoyao was speechless. Why did they keep saying boyfriend? They were about to break up. Well, one more day of acting wouldn't hurt. Consider it a free bonus. So she started showing off their relationship in front of her uncle. "I'm coming right away. Jinin brother, wait for me." How disgusting. It's just dating. Who are they trying to nauseate? Unexpectedly, the old master was extremely happy hearing this. This girl really isn't shy. Jinlon, don't mind her. How could the man mind? He loved Zhang Yaoyao's tsundere personality, usually proud but privately quite affectionate. Then they saw Zhang Yaoyao rushing downstairs. Inevitably, something unexpected was about to happen. Zhang Yaoyao's foot slipped. She fell straight towards Bo Jinlon, who caught her firmly the next second. He held her like a child in his arms, creating an incredibly intimate scene. The two onlookers were speechless. "Aren't you two going too far? We're tired of seeing your public displays of affection every day, even if you're not." Zhang Yaoyao was extremely embarrassed. To embarrassing. Was this acting too exaggerated? He touched her. The man's hand brushed against her slender waist. An inexplicable feeling swept over them, making them both unconsciously blush. The woman's soft murmur made the man instinctively want to withdraw his hand. The subsequent movement made the woman unconsciously grip the man's waist tighter. Bo Jinlon was overjoyed. "Yao Yao is so passionate today, but not here. You can hug me however you want when we're alone. Does this dog think he's some kind of delicacy everyone wants to taste? Put me down quickly. Grandfather and uncle are watching." Seeing them so sweet together, the old master was naturally happy, though he thought they should be more mindful of the occasion next time. "Grandfather, it's getting late. I'll take Yo-Yo no. Call us any time if you need anything." At the mention of leaving, the old master was reluctant to let go, asking Zhang Yaoyao to visit often. "Don't worry, grandfather. Once I finish my graduate studies, and I'm not so busy, I'll come back to see you." The old master insisted on seeing them off at the door, feeling relieved watching the young couple leave hand in hand. Yao Yao has really grown up. Both felt like they were sending off a bride. Once they were far enough, Zhang Yaoyao quickly let go of Bo Jinlon's hand. No audience now. No need to pretend anymore. Bo Jinlon felt Zhang Yaoyao's skill at burning bridges was getting more and more proficient. If she ranked second at it, no one would dare claim first. Soon the driver took them to the airport. The driver quickly came to help with Zhang Yaoyao's luggage. "Mrs. Bo, let me take your luggage." Hoping to please the boss's wife, he instead walked right into trouble. "I think you misunderstand. I'm not close to your boss, Bo. We're just heading the same way." Watching Zhang Yaoyao walk away, the driver was confused. "Boss, I drove quite fast and it's not check-in time yet. Why is Mrs. Bo still angry with you?" The CEO had an indulgent expression. "Don't mind it. She's young and prone to mood swings." The driver was puzzled. "There's actually a woman the CEO can't handle? You don't understand women. I've never seen a woman get close to the CEO before. Actually, when women act like this, they want you to comfort them." "Really?" Bo Jinlon was clueless about why Zhang Yaoyao was angry. "What should I do?" "It's quite simple, boss. I can tell you're inexperienced. Don't copy those domineering CEO dramas with forced love. Actually, girls prefer gentler approaches." "What do you mean? Do I look like someone who needs to use walls?" The driver quickly explained. "No, not at all. I'm so excellent. Why would I need walls? Just put in a little effort, and they'll come running." "You're not as excellent as you say." It doesn't seem to work on him at all. The driver was already regretting it. Of all people to gossip about, why the boss? Being a love advisor wasn't easy. He almost got fired just because of a woman's words about wanting to see him earlier. The man eagerly rushed to his wife's side. That expression was truly once in a century. The domineering instantly turned into a pure love-struck fool, occasionally grinning stupidly, his IQ seemingly dropping. He couldn't see his current situation clearly. In reality, his wife was rushing only because she wanted to get rid of him quickly. With the plane about to take off, it meant saying goodbye to that dog of a man. Jiang Yaoyao's mood improved. Finally, she could get rid of Bo Jinlan. But her happiness lasted only seconds. She found that dog sitting right next to her. What's going on? Her hopes of freedom were instantly crushed. Why are you sitting here? And how did you know my flight? Your uncle told me, of course. Who else? I even upgraded your seat. How's that? I'm a pretty good boyfriend, right? Are you made of superglue? You stick everywhere. Since we're here, let's clear things up. Why haven't you sent your bank account number yet? Do we really need to be so precise about everything? Do you really want to pay? Of course we need to be clear. This way we can part ways cleanly, owing nothing to each other. I don't want to feel like I owe you something whenever we meet. I want a clean break. Looking at this girl, she was clearly angry with him, but he hadn't done anything. What had upset her? Seeing Bo Jinlan staring at her without response, Jiang Yaoyao grew impatient. What's wrong with you? Send it to me quickly. Remembering when she had no money and he suggested exchanging a kiss as payment, Jiang Yaoyao felt uncomfortable. Thinking he hadn't given up, she firmly stated, I won't sell my body to repay you. Don't even think about it. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlan leaned in and said directly, if I really wanted to, money isn't what I lack. If you want to repay, you'll have to use yourself. She couldn't believe how shameless this man was. He already had a fiancée, yet he was doing this. How disgusting. Indeed, his gentle and elegant demeanor was all fake. He was just a beast in gentleman's clothing. Bo Jinlan suddenly laughed. He really wanted to know what he'd done to make her so eager to cut ties with him. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? Don't you think you're the joke here? What can I do? I can't help it. Whenever I see you, no matter what you do, I seem to become happy unconsciously. Why don't you tell me why? As he spoke, Bo Jinlan leaned closer to Jiang Yaoyao, making Jiang Yaoyao's heart race again. You dog! You're not going to claim that kiss now, are you? What are you doing? The man deliberately lowered his voice and whispered, Yaoyao, your face is so red. So red it makes one want to take a bite. The man only wanted a kiss, but his wife insisted on giving him money, thinking she could cut ties cleanly. But it wasn't that simple. Once you've provoked someone you shouldn't have, how could money solve everything? What he wanted was always the person, wasn't it? But his wife was pure, lovely, and delicate. Every time he teased her, her little face would turn as red as an apple, making him want to take a bite. But seeing Jiang Yao's angry expression, Luo Jinglan chose to compromise. After all, he really couldn't do anything about it. Since his wife wanted to repay him, he might as well accept it. Whether it's his money or his person, they would all be his wife's anyway. So Bo Jinlan sent his personal account number to Jiang Yaoyao. I've sent it to you. Actually, during their time pretending to be a couple, Jiang Yaoyao felt Bo Jinlan had been quite the perfect boyfriend. But thinking about his fiancée, Jiang Yaoyao stood firm in her decision. If you don't make a clean break when you should, you'll suffer the consequences. Such men are not worth it. Stop overthinking. I've transferred the money to you. Please check. Even after paying him back, Jiang Yaoyao's mood hadn't improved much, and she deliberately turned her head away. In this moment of silence, Bo Jinlan began observing his little girl. Compared to 3 years ago, she had really blossomed. But her personality remained the same. Her emotions clearly visible on her face, easy to read. After a long wait in silence between them, the plane finally arrived in High City. Jiang Yaoyao quickly stood up to leave, but Bo Jinlan stopped her. Wait, the driver's coming. I'll take you to school. Jiang Yaoyao directly refused. I'm going to find my aunt. To avoid any misunderstandings, we should appear together as little as possible. It's better for everyone. Also, thank you for playing along with me all this time. I've transferred the money to you. We're even now. So if there's nothing else, let's not contact each other anymore. Luo Jinglan pretended not to understand. What do you mean by all this? I mean, please move your legs, Mr. Bo. Since when do good people have such long legs? I need to get off the plane. To her surprise, Bo Jinlan didn't get angry, but smiled and made way for her. Jiang Yaoyao felt something was off. This man must be plotting something. She had said so much, yet he hadn't argued back at all. It was truly unusual. Exhausted physically and mentally, Jiang Yao Yao collapsed into a chair as soon as she entered the dorm. She turned on the air conditioner. Finally saved. I'm completely drained. I brought gifts for everyone. Help yourselves. Her roommates rushed over. Wow, Yao Yao, you're too kind. You always bring us gifts when you return. We're getting embarrassed. At this moment, her dorm nemesis walked over with a sneer. Indeed, such a delicate princess, turning on the air conditioner as soon as she arrives. You really are everywhere. Don't blame me if I leave you speechless. You truly have a servant's nature, calling everyone princess. Zhang Yao Yao, don't think that just because your family has money, everyone has to bow to you. It's just friendship bought with money. How noble do you think that is? Oh really? Could it be you're just sour because you can't have what I have? I can't help it if I'm lovable and likable. Unlike some people who are bitter and unlikable. This drove her nemesis crazy. Zhang Yao Yao. Tell me clearly, who exactly are you insulting? Fresh from her breakup, Zhang Yao Yao transformed into a verbal warrior. I'm opposing heaven, earth, and air until you question your existence. Who told you to provoke me? I couldn't get any advantage from that dog of a man, kept losing at every turn, and now you want to bully me? Scolding you is getting off lightly. Just thinking about it hurts. Why did I have to repay the money? Being generous wouldn't have cost me any flesh. What a loss. As the conflict was about to escalate, roommates came to mediate. All right, we all live together. There's no need to fight over small things. Everyone's hungry. It's dinner time. Let's go eat together. Zhang Yao Yao stood up and walked out. Compared to food, this is nothing. Let's go. I'm in a good mood. Dinner's on me. Yao Yao, don't mind her. She got into our finance school with the highest score, but she's inferior to you in many ways. That's why she's always against you. And I heard her internship isn't going well lately, so she's probably in a bad mood. I really don't understand. What does any of this have to do with her? Instead of working hard when facing problems, she just blames others and expects to be treated like royalty. She doesn't have the destiny of a princess, but sure has a princess complex. She's no longer the Zhang Yao Yao who lets others bully her. Countless experiences have taught her that being too tolerant only makes others more aggressive. Her roommates admired this version of Zhang Yao Yao. You're right, Yao Yao. And you look so cool when you confront people. Yeah. You left her speechless. That was absolutely amazing. Just then, a luxury car drove up behind them. Zhang Yao Yao turned around and realized it was Aunt Lee's car. Seems she came to pick her up, though they had agreed to meet elsewhere. The car stopped right in front of them. After the window rolled down, they saw a woman in business attire. My dear Yao Yao, why didn't you tell me you brought your boyfriend back? At this moment, Zhang Yao Yao didn't know how to explain to her aunt. Should she tell her aunt they had broken up? Get in quickly. I bought you a dress on the way. Change into it now. I've made plans with your boyfriend. Let's have dinner together. But aunt, I have something to tell you. But her aunt wouldn't listen. We'll talk later. We're running out of time now. It would be impolite to be late for the first meeting. They quickly arrived at the arranged restaurant. You call this just a casual meal? This private kitchen costs $4,000 per person. It's the top-ranked Ming-style restaurant in High City. And who wears haute couture for a casual meal? This isn't a beauty pageant. Aunt, isn't this restaurant too expensive? It's just a meeting. There's no need for this. Why don't we go somewhere else? But she was immediately refused. Given Bo Jinlan's status, he must be used to grand occasions. As your family, I naturally can't let you lose face at our first meeting. Seeing her aunt considering everything for her sake, Zhang Yao Yao felt even more reluctant to continue deceiving her. Aunt, actually, Bo Jinlan and I... Before she could finish, she was interrupted by the greeter at the door. Then they saw Bo Jinlan appear at the entrance in a tailored suit. I'm sorry, there was traffic. I'm late. The man showed a mischievous smile. The little rabbit ran away. It'll be more interesting to catch her again. At this moment, the woman didn't know that some things had already slipped out of her control. Just like her heart, which was already uncontrollably drawn to him again. From the moment this man set his sights on her, she had nowhere to escape. Looking at the man who appeared after their breakup, he seemed unaffected. His natural, composed expression made her almost believe they hadn't broken up. That annoying man? Doesn't he care at all? Seeing Bo Jinlan, her aunt quickly stood up to welcome him. You're just in time. We just arrived too. Please sit, Mr. Bo. Then they both looked at Zhang Yao Yao, waiting for her introduction. But she pretended to be busy drinking juice, showing an I'm busy, can't deal with you expression. Unexpectedly, that shameless man said, Aunt, you can just call me Jinlan. That one sentence made Zhang Yao Yao lose it, spraying out her juice. How shameless is this man? Her uncle and aunt are twins, only a year older than him, and he dares to call her aunt. What's wrong? Yao Yao, are you okay? Fine. How embarrassing. She reached for napkins to clean up, but the next second, Her hand was caught by the man. How careless. At this moment, Jiang Yao Yao was at a loss facing the man's concern. She really didn't understand why, after breaking up, he still came to the appointment. Couldn't he just make an excuse and cancel? Is he trying to avoid paying her back? Bo Jinlan wiped Jiang Yao Yao's lips with a napkin. Looking at this man, the tenderness and doting in his eyes made it impossible for her to say no. Bo Jinlan's fingers carefully brushed across her lips, wiping away the remaining juice and seemingly wiping away Jiang Yao Yao's dissatisfaction with him. Looking at the girl's shy expression, her upturned lips and blushing cheeks undoubtedly showed her feelings for him. But she was just being stubborn, so before she opened her heart to him, he could only take an indirect approach by gaining her family's approval. Jiang Yao Yao, what are you doing? You promised not to be lovesick anymore. Can you be more clear-headed? Aunt watched the girl's expression. She knew how much she liked Bo Jinlan. This girl is good in every way, except she becomes silly when in love. When she was dating Xie Jinran before, I worried she'd be taken advantage of. Now I'm relieved with you by her side. It was actually my fault. I made him unhappy. That's why he looked for someone else. It won't happen again. I won't give him a chance to leave me again. I know most of what happened between you two. Yao Yao is still young, inexperienced in love. Sometimes she can be childish. Please be more understanding, Mr. Bo. I will. Love is between two people. We'll consider each other more and be understanding of each other. That's good. This silly girl really has fool's luck. No. Being with Yao Yao is my blessing. We've already broken up. Aren't you overacting a bit? Now I understand why Yao Yao insisted on studying finance. I'd like to know too. Why? Most girls aren't interested in these things. It's because of you, of course. You studied finance before. Yao Yao must have wanted to help manage your company in the future. Am I right, Yao Yao? Thinking back to choosing this major 3 years ago, it was indeed true. But now she didn't want to admit that back then, her heart and mind were full of him. But never mind. With Aunt here, she'd just keep acting. So she pretended, yes. Don't you remember when I chose this major? I specifically asked for your opinion. Beauty really leads people astray. Just when I finally hardened my heart to dump you, why do you come tempting me again? This is a matter of principle. I won't compromise. But a young girl's heart couldn't resist such teasing. Although she didn't want to admit it, she had indeed quietly done many foolish things for this man back then. If he hadn't rejected her back then, those foolish things might have been romantic. But there were no ifs between them. So she deliberately let Bo Jinlan misunderstand that she was acting, saying admiringly, "Back then, when choosing my major, I specifically asked for his opinion." Unexpectedly, that dog of a man directly exposed her. "Did you ask me?" "I don't remember." "You really are a dog. Can't you see I'm trying to get you to play along? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? You usually act so enthusiastically. Now you're playing sincere? Let me give you a hint." She pinched the man's arm. "Is your mind clearer now?" The man immediately changed his tune. "Oh, I remember now. That did happen." Bo Jinlan put on an expression of reminiscing about their sweet past. "It was the day you agreed to be my girlfriend." "Brother, you don't need to embellish it like that, speaking as if it were real." And so began a performance full of pretense. "Such an important thing, and you forgot? Seems you don't care about me. I'm getting angry. I was wrong." "Yao Yao, don't be angry. You think an apology is enough? I'm punishing you. Peel shrimp for me until I'm not angry anymore." Bo Jinlan looked at the shrimp in front of him. "Are you sure? Don't say I'm bullying you. You love showing off so much. I'm giving you a chance. Come on. Let's see how you handle this." Before this, Bo Jinlan had never served anyone like this. But he was happy that Jiang Yao Yao would be the first one, because he was willing to do it. She foolishly thought she could make him look embarrassed. As a result, Jiang Yao Yao was stunned. She saw Bo Jinlan actually doing it himself, peeling shrimp for her, without any hesitation or disgust. "No way, you're actually doing it? How should I respond? The mighty heir to the largest financial group stooping to peel shrimp for me. If those admiring wealthy ladies and socialites in the capital knew about this, I'd probably be beaten to death." Then she watched Bo Jinlan place the peeled shrimp in her bowl. "Yao Yao, can you forgive me now? Is it too late to say she was just joking?" How should she respond? It's really given her a headache. She knew he wasn't easy to deal with, yet she still provoked him. She could only watch as the dog-like man, one by one, kept placing peeled shrimp in her bowl, not knowing how to end this farce. Thankfully, Aunt stepped in to stop it. "Yao Yao, that's enough. If you two keep showing off your love like this, I'll be full just watching." Jiang Yao Yao pretended to be reserved. "Since Aunt is speaking up for you, I'll let it go. You're forgiven. Then I'll go wash my hands first. I'll be right back." After the man left, Aunt quickly advised Jiang Yao Yao, A boyfriend of this quality is hard to find even with a lantern. You better watch what you say. I know. Of course, she knew Bo Jinlon was a rare good man. Otherwise, she wouldn't have liked him for so long. But he ultimately didn't belong to her. At this time, Aunt received a call from her company saying there was something that needed her attention, so she left. Taking advantage of Aunt's absence, Jiang Yaoyao directly questioned Bo Jinlon. Didn't we say we wouldn't meet? Did you do this on purpose? I wasn't the one who actively wanted to come, was I? When elders invite me, I can't be rude, right? Besides, someone seemed to be quite into the act just now. What bad intentions could a man have? To make his wife obedient, he took the chance to get her drunk. Because his sober wife now guarded against him like a wolf, keeping him at 1,000 miles distance. Just moments ago, they were arguing about the man's unauthorized acceptance of the invitation. Did you do this on purpose? We said after breaking up, we shouldn't meet. But the man turned it around. I think you're the one who wanted to meet. You're so shameless. How can you blame this on me? Isn't it true? Who blocked me on WeChat, so I couldn't find you. When I received the invitation, I wanted to message you first to ask your opinion, but I found out I was blocked. The bristling little hedgehog suddenly deflated. If you couldn't contact me on WeChat, you could have called me. You blocked me on WeChat. Are you sure you would have answered my call? You could have used your driver's phone to call me. I would definitely answer an unknown number. Right, and then let the driver start gossiping about the boss's private life, saying the boss got dumped by his girlfriend? I'm a CEO. Don't I need to maintain my dignity? There was no winning this argument. Somehow it seemed like he had the upper hand, making her look like the bad person. With nowhere to vent, Jiang Yaoyao picked up the wine glass on the table and started drinking heavily. Bo Jinlon quickly tried to stop her. Little X and don't get drunk. But Jiang Yaoyao refused. Don't worry about me. Anyway, this is our last time pretending to be a couple. I'll explain everything to Aunt later. Also, does your family know about us? He had actually already explained everything to the old master. But before Bo Jinlon could explain, Jiang Yaoyao interrupted him. Never mind, don't say it. They definitely don't know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone to... We agreed it was just acting. How did I end up taking it seriously? What was wrong with this girl? Always leaving sentences half-finished. What are you saying I went to do? Finish what you're saying. But Jiang Yaoyao felt it wasn't necessary. It's nothing. It doesn't matter anymore. But seeing Jiang Yaoyao's evasive eyes, she was clearly hiding something. This was probably why the girl was angry with him. He needed to make her explain clearly. Staying in this stalemate wasn't the solution. At this time, Bo Jinlon noticed the fruit wine on the table. It seemed to have some alcohol content. Knowing Yaoyao's alcohol tolerance, a few more glasses would probably be enough. So he kept this in mind. After all, his drunk wife was both obedient and cute. He just wanted to know the reason and make the little girl open up quickly. At this moment, the little rabbit didn't know she was about to be caught by the big bad wolf. From any angle, it looked like a street thug deceiving an innocent girl. I see you've been drinking this fruit wine. Is it good? Yes, the peach flavor is quite nice. If you like it, you can drink more. He directly asked the waiter to bring 2 more bottles. After the woman's first time getting drunk, in her intimate contact with the man, she was getting drunk again. And this time, the culprit was the man right in front of her. Was it really this hard to hug his wife? She would only stay by his side when drunk. So to find out why the woman was so eager to leave him, the man deliberately ordered 8+1 for his wife. But before she could drink it, Aunt, who had just left to take a call, returned quickly. Sorry for the wait. There was a tricky case, and the higher-ups keep pushing. Is it the Haixing Technology merger case you mentioned last time? Still not done? This case has been dragging on for half a year without progress. Maybe it's time to let it go. Bo Jinlon, sitting beside them, couldn't stay quiet after hearing their conversation. This opportunity to show off couldn't be missed. The person in charge of Haixing Technology should be Su Yeqing, right? Hearing that Bo Jinlon knew the person in charge, Aunt's eyes lit up, almost wanting to worship him. Mr. Bo knows Manager Su? That's wonderful. With Bo Jinlon mediating, it shouldn't be a problem. I should have asked Yaoyao to arrange our meeting earlier. While the two were chatting enthusiastically, and the scoundrel even took the chance to exchange WeChat contacts with Aunt, the bored Jiang Yaoyao started drinking the 8+1 by herself. When he noticed Jiang Yaoyao starting to show signs of intoxication, Bo Jinlon began contacting his assistant to arrange the cooperation with Haixing Technology. Shortly after, Aunt received a call from their person in charge. Jinlan, your assistant works so efficiently. Haixing Technology finally agreed. They said they can give us a 5% discount directly. However, I need to leave now. They're in a hurry to sign the contract and want me there immediately. The man was indeed dominating and scheming, who knew that while his attention was actually on the little girl, he could still multitask to send Anne away, creating space for them to be alone. He pretended to be understanding, saying, "Business comes first. Please go ahead. Then let's end it here for today. Next time, I'll host at my home and cook personally." Just as she was about to leave, she noticed Jiang Yaoyao seemed drunk. "Yaoyao, are you drunk?" Looking at her flushed face, Jiang Yaoyao blinked her big eyes. "No, I'm not drunk. I need to return to the company. Let Jilan take you back to school, okay?" Jiang Yaoyao waved her arms, instinctively protesting. "No, Aunt. I don't want the dog man to take me. He's a beast. I'll be eaten by the beast. What am I hearing? Are they this wild? Does eaten mean what I think it means?" Bo Jinlan quickly came over to explain. "That's Yao Yao's pet name for me. Sorry for the embarrassment. I understand. Just couples' little games." Seeing their good relationship, Aunt confidently left Yao Yao with Bo Jinlan and departed. The man who promised to take good care was secretly delighted. Finally, he could spend some quality time with his wife. In her hazy state, Jiang Yaoyao, feeling like she had been sold out, was still making her final struggles. But all she got in response was the ruthless sound of Aunt closing the door. In her daze, Yao Yao sensed something was wrong. Had she fallen into that dog man's hands again? The next second, she was pulled into his arms. "Now that no one's disturbing us, Yao Yao should explain why exactly I'm a beast." He kissed her. He really kissed her. To hell with self-restraint. Abstinence? He wanted none of that. Just moments ago, even in her drunken state, the woman was still trying to maintain boundaries with the man. Looking at the thoroughly drunk girl before him, the man began reflecting on his love life. Other couples had sweet moments of hugging and lifting each other up, but why was his situation completely different? The little girl was always thinking about how to dump him. Not only did she not let him touch her, but she also directly refused to let him take her home. "Why won't you let me take you? Aren't I your boyfriend?" Unexpectedly, Jiang Yaoyao exploded at hearing this. She pushed him away forcefully, saying, "You're not my boyfriend." Then she turned and ran towards the door. Little did she know she had truly angered this man. "You think you can escape? You're really treating me, your boyfriend, like a decoration?" Reaching the stairway in her confused state, Jiang Yaoyao faced a dilemma. Looking at the stairs before her, she couldn't help but exclaim, "Are these stairs always this steep and long?" Then looking at her high heels, she thought, "I might not make it down alive in these." The next moment, Bo Jinlan caught up and pulled her into his arms. "Are you tired of living?" Then, ignoring Jiang Yaoyao's struggles, he carried her downstairs. He only released her once she was safely on the ground. Bo Jinlan coaxed Jiang Yaoyao to get in the car, planning to deal with her properly once they got home. But drunk Yaoyao started throwing a tantrum again. Seeing these familiar scenes, Bo Jinlan was getting a headache. Jiang Yaoyao clutched the car door, refusing to cooperate, constantly rejecting. "Don't want this, man. I don't want you. You beast." Angered, Bo Jinlan pushed her into the car. "Are you sure you won't get in? Don't regret it later." Looking at the woman before him, Bo Jinlan didn't want to hold back anymore. Since the plane, he had wanted to silence her mouth. The fire she had ignited still hadn't been extinguished. Jiang Yaoyao unconsciously pouted in anger. Like the last straw that broke the camel's back, it snapped Bo Jinlan's last thread of reason. "You really are a little demon." He was about to kiss Jiang Yaoyao, but was mercilessly interrupted again. "You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Don't you know how much this hurts a man?" "No, you can't kiss me." "Then tell me why I can't kiss you." "You better give me a good reason." "Because you have a fiancé. Why are you still pursuing me when you're like this? You big jerk, you scoundrel. So this is the little secret you've been hiding." "I didn't know I had a fiancé." "Who told you this?" "Afraid you would bully her more." She just confessed. "Su Feng told me. He said your blind date was successful. He said you'll probably get married soon." She's apparently some district chief's daughter called Ho Yunu. For someone who claims not to care, you remember her name quite clearly. "I don't even know her name, but you remember it so well? Why did Yao Yao memorize her name?" In her hazy state, Yao Yao revealed her true feelings. "Because she's your first love. I must remember her name to keep myself clear-headed." Looking at Jiang Yaoyao nestled in his arms. "Silly girl, you don't need to worry about anyone else. At this moment, Zhang Yaoyao didn't realize she was missing the confession she had long been waiting for. Because whether it's first or only, it's always been you, never anyone else. You're the one I like. As he spoke, Bo Jinlong leaned over Zhang Yaoyao's soft lips, as if expressing all the grievances he had endured because of her. He wanted to claim it all back. On the quiet street, they kissed each other passionately, as if their hearts couldn't contain anyone else. Heavens above, who would save him? Did I sleep with that man again? Just moments ago, the woman with a splitting hangover headache opened her eyes to find she had blacked out again and started asking a series of questions. Who am I? Where am I? Where are my clothes from yesterday? Most importantly, who changed my clothes? Trying hard to remember last night's events. It seemed her aunt had left early for some reason. That dog of a man wanted to send her home. She refused adamantly, and she might have said some nice things to him. What happened after that? Did she pounce on him again? Why couldn't she remember anything? Unable to recall anything at all. Damn it, why did I drink? Her wailing summoned the man himself. Bo Jinlong walked in with breakfast. Since you're awake, eat some breakfast. After all, you expended quite a bit of energy last night. What did this man mean? And you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? With such a low neckline. Who are you showing your skin to? Are we that close? Shameless. Zhang Yaoyao quickly closed the door and questioned. Why did you bring me to a hotel again? You said we were just pretending to be a couple. You were so drunk. If I had taken you to your dorm, your classmates would have gossiped. Though reluctant to admit it, she knew taking her back to school would raise suspicions. Plus, this man was so famous online, probably everyone would recognize him. Just his looks alone would probably drive her roommates crazy. But that wasn't the point. More than that, Zhang Yaoyao wanted to know if they had done anything last night. So she asked directly, what exactly did you do to me last night? Though Bo Jinlong denied it verbally, his smug expression suggested last night wasn't so simple. Still denying it, Zhang Yaoyao pointed at her bathrobe and questioned, you're lying. Did a dog help me change into these clothes? Bo Jinlong followed her gaze. It looks fine to me. Though you're small, that part isn't small at all. The desire he had suppressed last night began burning again. How cruel to make him bear it all alone. He had to get some face back, so he deliberately said, isn't it clear? What else could happen between a man and woman alone? Besides, I was willing. This angered Zhang Yaoyao, who cursed, you beast! I was drunk, and you took advantage. Willing? Do you think I'm a 3-year-old who's easily fooled? You shameless scoundrel. But Bo Jinlong didn't get angry. Instead handed her a glass of milk. All right, calm down. The hotel staff helped change your clothes. If you're tired, drink the milk. Hearing Bo Jinlong say nothing happened between them, Zhang Yaoyao became embarrassed and quietly confirmed. Nothing happened between us, right? Bo Jinlong replied smugly. Of course I was teasing you. Even your anger is cute, little girl. I couldn't help wanting to tease you. Do you enjoy teasing me? All right, I'll stop. We've slept together before. Why are you so concerned? Your clothes from yesterday were dirty, so I had the staff wash them. I need to return to school. You sent my clothes to be washed? Do you expect me to go out shopping in a bathrobe? The next second, Bo Jinlong pulled out a bag of clean clothes from beside him, saying casually, I promised you last time, so I bought these myself. Surprised that he remembered his promise. But weren't they supposed to break up? How did things end up like this again? The man finally kissed his little girl, but it happened when she was drunk. Though knowing she wouldn't remember today's events, he still foolishly confessed his feelings to her. Until he was sure the little girl could fully accept him, he didn't want to force her into anything. Since learning about her divorce due to her parents, he decided to take things slowly. He could accept her staying still, but couldn't bear her retreating out of timidity. So even when she was drunk, despite his body's desires, he didn't take advantage like last time, because he cherished her too much. Not only did he thoughtfully prepare breakfast, but also personally selected change of clothes for her. Looking at the clothes Bo Jinlong handed over, she wondered if a grown man buying these things wasn't embarrassing. Plus, it was a famous designer brand, probably not cheap. This man had good taste. But soon, Zhang Yaoyao realized she was being influenced by that dog of a man again. So she immediately started brainwashing herself. He just has too much money to spend. You think he cares about you? Stop being lovesick. Wake up, wake up! What are you thinking about? I'll be very busy the next few days and might not have time for you. If anything happens, remember to call me. Then Bo Jinlong leaned closer to Zhang Yaoyao. Or considering your boyfriend's good performance last night, maybe unblock me on WeChat. After these instructions, Bo Jinlong left. Zhang Yaoyao made faces behind the man's back. This dog still has the mood to tease her. Give up. I won't call you first. Just as he got in the car, Bo Jinlan's phone started ringing nonstop. Seeing who it was, his lips curled into a smile. I haven't even gone to settle scores with you, yet you've delivered yourself. Unexpectedly, what the other party sent were photos of him and Zhang Yaoyao kissing on the street yesterday, followed by gossip and teasing. At this moment, Su Feng didn't know his next actions were equivalent to courting death. Not bad, brother. You're playing quite wild. Thought you went to Haiching for work. Didn't expect you were chasing girls. If your girlfriend sees this, won't she cause trouble? Good thing I intercepted it. Tell me, how will you thank me? Such shamelessness. I haven't settled scores with you, yet you're asking for rewards? Which girlfriend are you talking about? I don't know about any. Tell me about it. He sent a cute emoji. This gave Su Feng cold sweats. Fuck, Jinlan, don't be like this. You're scaring me. Now you're scared? Su Feng quickly realized something. Did I misunderstand? Isn't Ho Yuning your girlfriend? That day weren't you on a blind date with her? When I called you, you clearly said you were meeting parents. This time I came to Haiching also to meet parents. But now, because of your little girl, she's been throwing tantrums at me. What do you suggest I do? Su Feng was so scared he went offline immediately. Why did I have to gossip about this living hell? I'm done for. Will he force me offline? What a loss. What a big loss indeed. The little girl just got drunk and was sent to bed by the man. When she woke up, she saw the man who was just her ex-boyfriend whom she had dumped. Looking at his spring-like expression, so flirtatious, one might mistake him for a male model from a club. Please control your smirking. The woman went crazy. Just when she had finally cleared up their relationship, what was this now? Was her ex-boyfriend about to become her current boyfriend? She wanted to keep hiding their relationship, but the dog of a man didn't leave her any way out. Zhang Yaoyao returned to her dorm, muttering and grumbling. Trying to stay calm, she greeted everyone. Good morning. I had dinner with my aunt last night, and it was too late, so I stayed at home. Sorry I didn't tell you. But she was publicly called out. All right, no need to pretend with us. When we called you yesterday, your boyfriend answered. When did you change boyfriends? You didn't even tell us. Then another roommate asked with a gossip-hungry expression. Just from his voice, I can tell he must be very handsome. Quick, tell us, who's more handsome, him or Xie Jinran? Did you stay out all night because he was too handsome to resist? Was last night intense? Like a spark to dry wood. At this point, Zhang Yaoyao could only deny everything. Don't misunderstand, he's my uncle's friend. We just happened to meet during dinner last night. Really? If he's your uncle's friend, he must be much older than you, like an elder, right? Yes, he's an elder, so don't think too much. But her roommate had a disbelieving expression. Still won't admit it? He even said you slept in his bed. Just confess already. What's really going on? Hearing this, Zhang Yaoyao broke into a cold sweat. Did that dog of a man say that? How could she explain this? Maybe I was too drunk and confused. Went into the wrong room. Then she quickly changed the subject. Oh, I need to make a call, escaping her gossiping roommate's siege. Damn that dog of a man, what's going on? I'll settle this with you. She immediately called Bo Jinlan. At that moment, Bo Jinlan was in a company meeting and was interrupted by this sudden call. Usually, this would be taboo for the CEO, but now the CEO's reaction surprised everyone. Seeing it was Zhang Yaoyao's call, the cold CEO got distracted in front of everyone, unconsciously showing a rare smile. The stubborn little girl called so soon. Seeing the CEO's love-struck expression, everyone was shocked. The CEO must be in love. Who could have captured their boss's heart? Meanwhile, Zhang Yaoyao, unaware of being mythologized, saw Bo Jinlan deliberately not answering her call. She unblocked him on WeChat. Why aren't you answering my call? Feeling guilty? What did you tell my roommates? Are you a psycho? A big pervert? Still unsatisfied, Zhang Yaoyao decided to be productive and not stoop to his level. She ran to the study room and frantically solved problems. You pervert, better keep hiding. Just wait until I catch you. You'll be sorry. Just then, the dog man finally called. In Zhang Yaoyao's mind, she immediately imagined scenes of torturing him. Watch me dump you completely this time. The girl bumped her head against the man's sensitive area and complained that it was too hard, hurting her head. The next second, she was pulled into his arms and lectured. Seems you're not satisfied with my physique. Just moments ago, Zhang Yaoyao was all fierce, ready to break up with someone completely. The great CEO finally has time for me. I thought you'd become a hermit and stop checking your phone. Bo Jinlan chuckled and explained, Is Yaoyao angry with me? I've been in meetings all day, only just checked my phone. Won't happen again. Hearing Bo Jinlan's gentle and doting explanation, Zhang Yaoyao couldn't bring herself to say harsh words. After all, he's a big CEO. His time counted in seconds. How could he have extra time to play mind games with her? Then Bo Jinlon said he was already waiting below her dormitory. No way. Why did the dog man suddenly come to school? Afraid she couldn't find him, he thoughtfully gave his license plate number, thinking about Bo Jinlon's incredible looks. With her gossipy roommates around, if they saw him, it would cause an uproar. So she directly refused to meet him, wanting him to leave quickly. I don't have time to see you now. Graduate school exams are coming up. I need to study. Please leave. But your aunt asked me to bring you some things. Besides, I have no plans tonight. I'll just wait here until you're free. By now, Zhang Yaoyao was nearly hysterical. What did I do to offend you? Why do you keep pestering me? She planned to quietly pack up and leave, but her roommate wanted to leave together. God, what she feared most was happening. Would they run into him? On the way back, Zhang Yaoyao kept thinking about how to hide Bo Jinlon without her roommates noticing. But seeing his car, Zhang Yaoyao went into shutdown mode. Couldn't Deso be more low-key? Parking in such an obvious spot. Was he afraid people wouldn't notice? If she got in the car directly, she'd probably be dragged away for interrogation. So she quickly made an excuse about losing her student card and needed to go back to find it, telling her roommate to go ahead without waiting. Then she quickly snuck aside to call Mr. Bo. I'll come find you later, but you can't get out of the car. Neither can the driver. Got it? If my classmates see you, I'll probably be trending on the campus forum for a year. Unexpectedly, the dogman was quite cooperative. Got it. Promise to hide well. But just as Zhang Yaoyao was about to get in the car, she saw her roommates looking around. No way. She's dead. So she quickly opened the car door to get in. But she bumped right into the man. Did I hit an iron plate? Did you deliberately hide weapons on your body? My head is about to split open. Unexpectedly, the dog man was in the mood to flirt. Are you throwing yourself at me? Before Zhang Yaoyao could react, she heard her roommates' voices from afar. We've never seen such a nice car at our school before. Look at the clothes of the person in the car. They look similar to Yao Yao's. No way. Even being so careful, they were still spotted. Frightened, Zhang Yaoyao quickly asked Bo Jinlon to close the car door. Bo Jinlon asked again, Are you sure you want to close the door? You came close on your own. Don't blame me later. Yes. If we don't close it now, do you want to get caught? The next second, Zhang Yaoyao regretted it. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlon directly grabbed her waist and pulled her onto his lap. How embarrassing. Now it looked like she had asked for it herself. He should be the first person to die from too much dog food. Looking at the young couple in front of him, shamelessly displaying their affection. They weren't just treating him like air, they were treating him as if he didn't exist at all. There's still someone sitting here. Couldn't they show some restraint? At this moment, Su Feng finally understood why someone insisted on sitting in the back today. So he was plotting to trap the little rabbit. How could you even think of this? Poor little Yao Yao, to be targeted by this big bad wolf. I heard he's been thinking about her for 3 or 4 years. He really can be patient. She wasn't even of age then. What a beast. He regretted gossiping about the main person involved, even telling his girlfriend about Bo Jinlon's fiancé. Thinking about it now was embarrassing. At this time, Bo Jinlon casually instructed the driver to start driving. No way. This man isn't going to make me stay on his lap the whole way, right? This is too embarrassing. She quickly asked Bo Jinlon to let her down. But Bo Jinlon not only refused to let go, he held her even tighter. He shamelessly threatened her not to move. I warned you beforehand. Face the consequences. You can try if you don't believe me. With her sitting in his lap like this, how could he remain unmoved? His heart was about to jump out of his chest. She could only beg, please let me sit by myself. But having finally gotten to hold his wife, how could he let go easily? It's too tight to sit elsewhere. This is just right. Zhang Yaoyao looked at the large empty space beside them, probably enough to fit 2 of him. How is this tight? Meanwhile, Su Feng awkwardly turned his head away. Brother, that excuse was too perfunctory. This is a top-tier luxury car, and you're saying it's tight. Then he saw Bo Jinlon signaling Su Feng to think of something. Finally, a chance to make up for his mistake. He immediately gave Bo Jinlon an understood gesture. Got it, leave it to me. Then he started speaking nonsense with a serious face. Little Yao Yao, you better stay on Jinlon's lap. The middle seat isn't safe. If the police see this, we'll get fined. How's that? I'm being helpful, right? This should make up for my mistake, right? But Bo Jinlon completely ignored him. What to do now? He had eagerly tried to help, but the man was still holding a grudge. If not the middle, then I can sit in the front passenger seat. Seeing her uncomfortable expression, Bo Jinlon finally showed mercy and let her go. But if we stop, won't your classmates see? Between being interrogated and sudden death, saving her life came first. It's fine, they won't see. The next second, Su Feng got out before Jiang Yaoyao. I'll sit in front. If he let Jiang Yaoyao sit in front, he'd probably die even faster. Please, don't treat him like he has no sense. Then they watched Su Feng sprint to the passenger seat. Is the front seat that popular today? Why run so fast? Meanwhile, Jiang Yaoyao finally managed to get off Bo Jinlan's lap. Fine, as long as she wasn't sitting on that dogman's lap. Her poor heart was finally safe. The man had stayed pure for 30 years, yet fell for one person. From then on, his feelings grew deep and inescapable. But the woman thought it was just a drunken impulse between them. He never wanted feelings based on responsibility or charity. So when she heard about the man's engagement, she resolutely chose to leave. She wasn't a toy for his entertainment. Who knew the man would persistently pursue her, even following her to school? He even used her aunt to lure the little girl out. After getting in the car, Jiang Yaoyao asked Su Feng, "Where are you planning to go?" "Of course we're going to eat together." But Jiang Yaoyao didn't want more involvement with Bo Jinlan. "I have something to do later. I won't join you. I just came to get what my aunt sent." "Don't be like that. I rushed here by plane and haven't eaten yet. Plus, it's Mid-Autumn Festival today. Let's celebrate together. I'll be sad if you don't come." Well, after he put it that way, Jiang Yaoyao couldn't refuse. Just treat it as a meal among friends. She'd leave right after eating. Absolutely no more involvement with that dogman. Unexpectedly, Su Feng took them deep into the mountains. This place is so remote. It's far, but I heard the wild game here is authentic. You can't get it anywhere else. Plus, we can watch the moon here. The mountain air is good, and they say the moon will be very full. It wasn't easy for him. If not for making up for his mistake, would he come this far to play matchmaker? Thinking about it, he really owed him. "Little Yao Yao, let's add each other on WeChat. It'll be easier to keep in touch." Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlan gave him a warning look. He had been calling her Little Yao Yao in the car earlier. "Are you two that close? Adding WeChat? I think you're asking for trouble again. Don't you know why you're here?" Seeing Bo Jinlan's expression, he's clearly jealous again. He better clear up their misunderstanding quickly. "Well, Yao Yao, I created a group chat. I've already added Jinlan too. It's convenient for everyone to stay in touch." Hearing Jiang Yaoyao say she didn't have Bo Jinlan's WeChat, he immediately went into drama mode. "Don't tell me you blocked him because I said he was engaged. Is this guy missing a screw? Bringing up such things, is he trying to make things awkward? Like she's jealous of him. As if I care about that dog man. What you said about his fiancée last time was just your guess. Don't misunderstand. He doesn't have a fiancée and didn't meet any parents. Jinlan, say something. I've cleared everything up for you. Hurry up and comfort her. Girls just want you to confess directly." He thought the wooden block would finally confess. Who knew the CEO would act reserved at this moment, just responding with a and nothing else. "Are you mute? I've set up the atmosphere perfectly, and you won't confess? Do you even know how to date? So anxious." The cold CEO was finally going to explain the misunderstanding in person and confess. Just now, Su Feng, who came from far away to help, almost died from frustration at this wooden block. "I've set everything up for you, and you pull back at the last moment. Must you maintain your cold, abstinent CO image? Could it be he's shy because we're here?" So he quickly pulled his companion away to give them privacy. "Well, you two chat first. We'll go order food." With the matchmaker gone, Jiang Yaoyao stopped pretending. "What's going on with you? Didn't we agree not to meet? What's this now? You're just making our relationship more complicated." However, Bo Jinlan only cared if her forehead hurt, reaching out to stroke Jiang Yaoyao's head. "Are you even listening to me? Did you hit your head when getting in the car earlier? Does it still hurt?" Successfully diverting Jiang Yaoyao's attention, she started checking where she hit herself. But Bo Jinlan stopped her. "Don't move. Let me check. What's with this man? Why suddenly so gentle? Doesn't he know she can't refuse him when he's like this?" As Bo Jinlan gently stroked her forehead, tenderly asking if it still hurt, Jiang Yaoyao fell for him again. He's always like this, easily stirring her emotions. Jiang Yaoyao unconsciously became happy. "It doesn't hurt." She shook her head to prove to Bo Jinlan she was really fine. "That's good." After confirming Jiang Yaoyao was okay, Bo Jinlan showed his long-absent smile. It seemed he was just happy being with the little girl. The wooden block finally started explaining about the fiancé. "You wanted to break up and blocked me because you misunderstood about my fiancé?" Hearing him mention this, Jiang Yaoyao became nervous unconsciously. "I don't have a fiancé. Though the explanation was brief, Jiang Yaoyao knew he wasn't lying. But what about later? There won't be one. Well, it's not my business anyway. He really couldn't handle this little girl. But Bo Jinlan was willing to remove all pretenses for her. At least in front of her, he didn't want to hide anymore. You're the only fiancé I'll ever have. There won't be anyone else? Hearing Bo Jinlan's sudden confession, Jiang Yaoyao didn't know how to respond. But her joy from within couldn't be hidden. She was moved, but couldn't give him a promise. Bo Jinlan understood her concerns, so he didn't force an immediate response. So, Yao Yao, can you unblock me now? And so, Jiang Yaoyao finally unblocked Bo Jinlan. Okay, done. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlan then asked her to add him to the group chat. Is this necessary? Just thinking about it gave Jiang Yaoyao a headache. Acting in front of elders was one thing. Now they had to act in front of his friends too. How is this different from being real couples? But Bo Jinlan gave her an irrefutable reason. I need to keep watch to prevent that idiot from mentioning another fiancé someday. Can't let someone else steal what's mine. And so, Bo Jinlan successfully became a member of the Haiqing small team. Who could handle this? The couple who just cleared up their misunderstanding was thrown onto a mountain to spend the night together. Su Feng had gone to great lengths to help them resolve their misunderstanding. Not only did he create private space for them, but everything for their night here had been arranged by the brothers beforehand. Bo Jinlan, that blockhead, finally confessed, although the little girl hadn't fully accepted him. You could clearly feel that Jiang Yaoyao was no longer as resistant as before, no longer threatening to leave him at every turn. At this moment, they remembered Su Feng's conspicuous package. Seeing the waiter starting to serve, they asked directly, "Are the people who came with us still ordering?" Unexpectedly, the waiter informed them that they had already left. Meanwhile, in Jiang Yaoyao's group chat, they received messages from both of them. One said his father had a car accident and had to leave immediately, while the other had taken their car. Jiang Yaoyao was speechless. Clearly, these two did it on purpose. Young Master Su played his part well, completing the mission and disappearing immediately. Do they think I'm stupid? Since they had to leave, let's eat first. Although these two were unreliable, they chose a good place. The delicious food made Jiang Yaoyao temporarily forget her earlier displeasure. The little girl ate quite contentedly. Seeing his girlfriend eating happily, Bo Jinlan unconsciously became happy too. It's getting late. Shouldn't we head back? Bo Jinlan said while wiping her mouth corner. They took the car, instantly ruining Jiang Yaoyao's good mood. Right, I was too happy eating and forgot. How can we leave without a car? Why didn't you say something earlier? I wonder if we can still get a ride now. It's 9 now. If we can get a car, we should be back at school by 10. But after waiting for a long time, no one accepted the ride request. Damn Su Feng. Why did he have to come so far for dinner? Now we can't even get a car. They had to ask the hotel staff, "Do you have any cars that can take us down the mountain? We can pay extra." It takes half an hour to go down the mountain, plus over an hour to the city. It's troublesome and unsafe. Then they suggested the two stay until tomorrow. Young Master Su has already booked our best couple suite for you. The roses and wine are all prepared. What? You want me to stay here overnight with this dog man? Impossible. Jiang Yaoyao flatly refused. She'd rather walk down the mountain than stay with Bo Jinlan. Who knows what might happen overnight? Bo Jinlan, if you're not leaving, I'm going alone. But Bo Jinlan stopped her. Although it sounded tempting and he wanted to be close to his wife, seeing her reaction left him no choice. He couldn't let her walk back alone. I'll handle this. Wait for me a moment. Indeed, past sins must be repaid sooner or later. Thinking back now about rejecting girls' confessions before, the man was filled with regret. They had already kissed, and their misunderstanding was cleared up. Most importantly, he had confessed that his heart would only have room for her and no one else. He thought with his brother's help, he could spend a wonderful night with his wife and succeed in his pursuit. Unexpectedly, he was still rejected. Watching Jiang Yaoyao insist on going down the mountain, Bo Jinlan could only compromise reluctantly. He had to go discuss ways to get down the mountain with the hotel manager. Out of curiosity, Jiang Yaoyao followed along, but couldn't hear clearly what they were discussing. Shortly after, Bo Jinlan came to get her, but Jiang Yaoyao was confused about where he was taking her. The staff explained, "Miss, didn't you want to go down the mountain? Your boyfriend will drive you down now." Even as they drove down the mountain road, Jiang Yaoyao still couldn't understand how Bo Jinlan managed to get a car. Didn't they say there were no cars available? How did you convince them? Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlan's reason was simple and direct. He bought the car. Indeed, in the world of the wealthy, There's nothing money can't solve. However, the car stopped shortly after they started driving. Zhang Yaoyao curiously asked why they suddenly stopped. Bad news, the car broke down. Are you sure you're not just messing with me? Then she watched as Bo Jinlong quietly unbuckled his seatbelt. He started taking off his clothes right in front of her, frightening Zhang Yaoyao, who immediately covered her chest with both hands. What are you doing? Why are you taking off your clothes? Is this man going to harass me? But the next moment, his clothes were draped over Zhang Yaoyao's shoulders. What were you thinking? It gets cold in the mountains at night. I just didn't want you to catch a cold. Hearing this, Zhang Yaoyao felt embarrassed immediately. She had misunderstood him again. The sudden warmth and his masculine scent made her blush unconsciously. Thank you. After waiting for a while with no one coming, Zhang Yaoyao, anxious to return to school, couldn't help but ask, are we just going to wait here? What if no one comes? If you don't want to wait, there's another option. We can walk down the mountain. Maybe we'll get lucky and find another car, or perhaps find a temporary place to stay. So they chose to walk down the mountain first. Following their footsteps, the quiet mountain path no longer felt lonely with each other's company. It no longer felt lonely. The woman hesitated, looking at the man right in front of her. He used to be so unreachable, yet she was willing to risk everything for him. Now that he was finally willing to turn around and get close to her, she became hesitant and afraid to approach. She feared that even the most beautiful feelings couldn't withstand the test of time. She feared love would end up empty, leaving her alone. Noticing the little girl behind him had stopped walking, Bo Jinlong turned around and asked what was wrong. At this moment, the little girl's heart was full of grievances, both dissatisfied with how he had ruthlessly abandoned her before and contemptuous of herself for still liking him. I don't want to walk anymore. Seeing that the little girl wasn't in a good mood, Bo Jinlong patiently coaxed her. Didn't you want to get back to school? If we don't walk, the school gates will close soon. Is that okay? But I've walked so far. I can't walk anymore. Zhang Yaoyao deliberately put on a willful expression, pouting and stretching out her arms. I don't care. I want you to carry me. I won't walk otherwise. Bo Jinlong looked at her outstretched hands. He seemed to have truly fallen for this gift called Zhang Yaoyao. Even her deliberate difficulties now felt like couples' playful moments. Besides, he was happy that the little girl was willing to rely on him at this moment. So he handed the backpack directly to the little girl. Thinking Bo Jinlong had rejected her, Zhang Yaoyao looked at the backpack in disbelief. Are you even a man? If you don't want to carry me, fine. But what's this? You won't even help me carry a bag. But then, she saw Bo Jinlong slowly crouch down in front of her. Hold the bag first. It's not convenient to carry while giving you a piggyback. Looking at the man's broad back, Zhang Yaoyao felt uncertain. This was the first time this man had offered to carry her. What's wrong? Didn't you just ask me to carry you? Now you're getting shy? Come on. Shy? No way. The next second, Zhang Yaoyao jumped onto his back with a whoosh, holding on tight. You should worry about yourself. The evening breeze brushed against their cheeks with a chill, but they didn't feel cold. It's all your fault today. If you hadn't called Su Feng, we wouldn't have come so far up the mountain to eat and wouldn't have to walk down now. I guess I'm atoning for my sins. Yes, it's all my fault, young miss. I deserve it. Thank you for giving me the chance to atone. The warmth from his body made Zhang Yaoyao unconsciously rest her face on his back. You're so warm, like a furnace. Unexpectedly, the next moment, Bo Jinlong adjusted his grip, accidentally touching a sensitive area. What are you doing? Just making sure you won't slip off. This way you won't fall. I think you're just making excuses to take advantage. I'm not a child. I won't slip off. Besides, I'll hold on tight. Don't try to shake me off. I'm not getting down. Hearing Zhang Yaoyao's words, Luo Jinlong's gaze grew more determined. His past self might have wavered, but now he was strong enough to not let the little girl escape. This time, I won't let go either. The girl and her ideal love arrived at a hotel for the night, only to be told there was just one room left. Just as she was about to refuse, the man spoke first. We'll take this room. It was exactly what she had feared. She had walked down the mountain specifically to avoid spending the night with him. Yet in the end, she couldn't escape sharing a room with this man. It turned out that Zhang Yaoyao had fallen asleep on his back earlier, and he had unknowingly brought her to the only hotel nearby. She heard Bo Jinlong's gentle voice calling her. Meanwhile, Jiang Yaoyao was still reluctantly nuzzling against his neck. What is it? Don't disturb my sleep. She was completely unaware of the thoughts her actions were provoking. Sir, your girlfriend looks exhausted. The stranger's voice instantly woke Jiang Yaoyao up. Girlfriend? They can't mean me. Seeing they had arrived at the hotel, she quickly got down from Bo Jinlan's back. I fell asleep. Why didn't you wake me? Bo Jinlan teased. You're so cruel. I'm tired as a dog while someone was sleeping like a pig. Jiang Yaoyao retorted indignantly. You're the pig. I'm a beloved beauty. Yes, beautiful lady. It's too late now. Let's rest here tonight, and I'll take you back to school tomorrow. Looking at the clock showing nearly midnight, there was no choice. It was too late for alternatives. So Jiang Yaoyao asked for 2 rooms, but the staff told them, sorry, we only have 1 king-size room left. Jiang Yaoyao explained, you misunderstand, we're not a couple. Whether you're a couple or not, we can't help it. There's really only 1 room left. If you don't want it, we're closing. But I should mention, this is the only hotel in the area. While Jiang Yaoyao was still hesitating, Gui Jinlan made the decision. We'll take this room. What was happening? After all that trouble, they were back to square one. Why did she have to share a room with this guy again? As soon as they entered the room, Jiang Yaoyao pointed at the sofa, telling Bo Jinlan to sleep there tonight. Yaoyao, you're so heartless. I just carried you for 2 whole hours, and now you want me to sleep on the sofa? What else then? Don't forget, if it weren't for you, would we be here? This is what you deserve. You made me sleep on the sofa at your place, and now here too. Is this how you treat your boyfriend? And once again, Jiang Yaoyao's heart raced, and her face turned red at the word boyfriend. She wouldn't fall for that. They weren't really a couple, so of course they couldn't sleep together. But the next moment, Bo Jinlan leaned in close. But we've already slept together before. Looking back, is it really necessary to worry about this? It's just not happening. That's final. The floor looks clean enough. You'll sleep there later. But Bo Jinlan stubbornly insisted on sleeping on the bed, making Jiang Yaoyao explode. Would you really make a girl sleep on the floor? Besides, I've been tired all day. You carried me down the mountain, so I should be the one complaining about being tired. I didn't say you had to sleep on the floor. The bed is big enough for both of us. The cold, abstinent, domineering CEO had such double standards after falling in love. In front of others, he wore suits with buttons fastened tight. His sportswear zipped up as high as possible, making sure nothing showed. Not even a hint for other men. All the benefits were reserved for his wife. In front of his lover, he didn't want to hide anything. After showering, he'd walk naked in front of his wife to dress, making sure she saw everything. Now, how could he pass up the chance to sleep with his wife? Unable to deal with him, Jiang Yaoyao saw that negotiations had failed and needed another plan. So she pushed him into the bathroom. All right, you're the most tired. Go take a relaxing shower first. After sending him to the bathroom, Jiang Yaoyao started planning how to make him sleep on the carpet. I won't sleep in the same bed with you. Who knows what might happen? While Bo Jinlan was showering, Jiang Yaoyao quickly started making his bed. Though it was on the floor, once he came out and saw the bed made, let's see how he could still make excuses. Looking at her handiwork, Jiang Yaoyao felt pleased. The bed was ready, now just waiting for the person. Then she heard the bathroom door opening behind her. Jiang Yaoyao turned toward the sound. What she saw stunned her. What was this man doing, pulling this trick again? Bo Jinlan appeared before her, with his bare body, broad shoulders, narrow waist, and perfect abs clearly visible. It was deadly. Was such a big sacrifice necessary just to sleep in a bed? The next moment, he threw a towel that covered her vision. Still looking? Your eyes are about to pop out. Jiang Yaoyao felt like she was on fire. This man was truly a demon. No woman could resist. So she quickly said she needed to shower and fled the scene. She was really afraid she might not be able to control herself and pounce on him. When Jiang Yaoyao came out after her shower, she saw Bo Jinlan in a seductive pose, his bathrobe barely worn. Was it her imagination, or was this man trying to seduce her? Looking to the side, the floor bed she had carefully made earlier was gone. Where's the bed I made? What did you do with it? And who said you could get on the bed? Gui Jinlan explained with a smile. The front desk mentioned earlier that this room rarely sees sunlight and is prone to dampness, being at the foot of the mountain. Sleeping on the floor could cause a cold, so I put it away. Let's sleep on the bed together. You sleep first then? I'm not tired yet. Jiang Yaoyao was still hesitating about getting into bed. The handsome man started coaxing. The bed is so big. We can each take one side, no problem. Besides, I haven't been drinking today. What are you worried about? Then with a challenging expression, he said, you haven't been drinking either. Unless you're afraid you won't be able to control yourself and might pounce on me, How happy, how happy. The cold CEO who had worked so hard to chase his wife finally got to hold his beloved. And this time his wife came to him willingly. He couldn't be more excited. He knew the little girl desired his body, yet she stubbornly refused to admit it. At first, Jiang Yaoyao still insisted on not sleeping with him. But Bo Jinlan's few words settled it. Are you afraid your willpower isn't strong enough, that you might pounce on me? The next second, Jiang Yaoyao rushed up. Ridiculous. My willpower is exceptionally strong. Want me to pounce on you? Maybe in your next life. Then she put a pillow between them, drawing a line. This is our boundary. Don't you dare cross it. Bo Jinlan asked with a smug expression. What if I'm not well behaved? I won't refuse anything. Jiang Yaoyao replied confidently. Dream on, but it's just a dream. I would never. Then she wrapped herself tightly in the blanket. I'm exhausted. Turn off the lights and sleep. After today's events, Bo Jinlan knew Jiang Yaoyao was truly tired, so he stopped teasing her and turned off the lights. Jiang Yaoyao worried about insomnia, as this was her first time sharing a bed with this man while sober. But she fell asleep immediately, leaving the man beside her speechless. You're really trusting. Don't you see me as a man? Falling asleep so quickly. Such a carefree girl. But what could he do? He just happened to love her. Perhaps this was his own doing. The evening breeze blew through the curtains, bringing coolness inside, making Jiang Yaoyao shiver in her sleep. Instinctively, she moved closer to him and held him tight, surprising Bo Jinlan. What's wrong with this girl? Is she dreaming? Inhaling her fragrance, Bo Jinlan couldn't sleep. This was even more unbearable than being drunk. He placed a kiss on her forehead. The next morning, Jiang Yaoyao slowly woke to chirping birds and insects. Not yet aware of her situation, her hand unconsciously started searching for her phone. The unusual texture under her hand startled her awake. Wait, what's this? This feels like a man's. She quickly sat up to check, confirming her suspicion. She found herself lying on top of him, touching him all over. Did I remove his clothes? This is so embarrassing. How did I cross the line? This is terrible. A woman waking up to find herself on top of a man. And she couldn't remember how she ended up pouncing on him, even though she hadn't been drinking last night. Remembering her bold words last night and that clear boundary line, she realized she was the fool. What should I do? I knew we shouldn't share a bed. How could she explain this? Looking at the still sleeping man beside her, thank goodness she woke up first. It was all his fault for being so attractive, making her lose control, leaving her still savoring the memory. With those firm, full muscles, probably no woman could resist. Wanting to claim him for herself. No, must resist temptation. Stay clear-headed. So, she carefully covered his body with the blanket, afraid she might pounce on him again. After doing this, seeing he showed no signs of waking, the guilty Jiang Yaoyao quickly fled. Don't come looking for me. I really didn't do anything. Hearing the door close, the man in bed knew the little girl had run away. No need to pretend sleeping anymore. Actually, he hadn't slept at all. How could he sleep with her on top of him all night? She really thought he was some ancient sage who could remain unmoved. She'd come back sooner or later. Jiang Yaoyao, who had hurriedly fled, could hardly believe it. How embarrassing. Who would have thought she'd be the one to cross the line? Good thing she ran fast. Otherwise, if that man knew, he'd think she still had feelings for him. No, this can't go on. Something's bound to happen. Must find a way to keep distance. Then she ran into Bo Jinlan's driver. Good morning, Mrs. Bo. What do you think they came here for a room last night? Why are you here? I received Mr. Bo's message last night, so I came early to pick you up. Is Mr. Bo not up yet? Caught off guard, Jiang Yaoyao replied. He must be tired from last night. He's still sleeping. As soon as she said it, she realized how it might sound, like they had an intense night. She quickly explained, it's not what you think. Actually, nothing happened last night. But the driver just gave a knowing look. I understand. Don't worry, I won't say anything. What to do? The more she explained, the worse it seemed. Too embarrassed, Jiang Yaoyao gave up explaining. Okay, you can go now. As soon as Bo Jinlan got in the car, he started yawning repeatedly. The driver immediately understood his boss wanted to show off. Did you not rest well last night, sir? And this man just admitted it directly, not knowing others had misunderstood. This man was definitely doing it on purpose. Unexpectedly, he shamelessly said he was ghost-pressed. Might as well say, I was that ghost. A man wouldn't let his almost cooked duck fly away. To make things official quickly, he'd even sacrifice his dignity. Finally got the little girl to lose control and pounce on him. But in a moment of carelessness, others started eyeing her. He wouldn't be a man if he could tolerate this. After sleeping with him all night, Jiang Yaoyao deeply regretted it. He had caught her weakness again. Now she felt inferior speaking to him. Finally reaching school, Jiang Yaoyao just wanted to disappear. The man, still immersed in joy, didn't notice her unease. There are things from Annie in the trunk. Let me help you take them to your dorm. But she coldly refused. No need. I can carry them. Being seen with you. Are you trying to get me killed faster? Then she directly warned him, stay in the car. Don't get out, understand? Don't you know how much trouble your looks cause? Bo Jinlan finally realized she was trying to distance herself again. Fine, considering your good performance last night, I'll let it slide. So he instructed the driver to help Mrs. Bo take the things to her dorm, making Jiang Yaoyao nearly trip. Is this man addicted to acting? Mrs. Bo, saying it so naturally. Then she added, just focus on your own business these days. Don't contact me. Just let me know when you want to go back. All right, I'll call you when I leave. So the driver followed behind, carrying her things. But Jiang Yaoyao still felt this was too eye-catching. So she asked the driver to give her the things, saying she'd take them back herself. But Mr. Bo ordered me to escort Mrs. Bo to the dorm. How many times have I told you not to call me Mrs. Bo? Just give me the things and go back. Before the driver could speak, she grabbed the things and turned to leave. That's when she realized how heavy the things really were. What on earth did that man buy? Just then, a handsome young man came over to greet her. Jiang Yaoyao, long time no see. Looking at this man, Jiang Yaoyao was completely confused. Who was he? She had no impression of him at all. I am Suk Xinzhen. Don't you remember? We were in the esports club together in sophomore year. But even after thinking for a while, Jiang Yaoyao still couldn't remember. Really, though the atmosphere was awkward, he remained very enthusiastic. Are you heading back to the dorm? Let me help you carry these things. Jiang Yaoyao quickly refused. No need, I can manage. It's fine, I'm heading to the dorm too. Don't be shy. Let me help. Looking at this sunny boy, she felt embarrassed to refuse. Well, thank you then. Watching them leave while chatting and laughing, the driver started sweating. This was bad. It looked like someone was trying to steal the boss's woman. So he rushed to report to his boss. Sir, it's terrible. A man just took Madam away. But his boss already had a murderous expression. No need to tell me. I saw it. He dares to covet what's mine? He must be tired of living. Having experienced her parents' tragic love, she knew well that misplaced feelings could destroy everything. So when faced with a man's persistent pursuit, she always chose to avoid or reject him. Some things, if never possessed, wouldn't be yearned for. However, the man never took her rejection seriously. He still found various reasons to appear before her. But this time, Jiang Yaoyao panicked, because Bo Jinlan hadn't appeared for several days. Not even a phone call. She found herself lost in thought. Damn it, why do I keep thinking about him? Isn't this what I wanted? Without that man causing trouble, she should be happy and free. So she kept telling herself, don't think about that man. I need to study. Studying makes me happy and fulfilled. But her restless heart was beyond her control. Little did she know, since that time, when Bo Jinlan saw Jiang Yaoyao being led away by a young, handsome, sunny guy, he couldn't sit still. Thinking about their age gap and how she had teased him about being 10 years older, his competitive spirit was aroused. Meanwhile, Jiang Yaoyao knew nothing about this. Just then, her gossip-loving roommates came with news. How can you still study? Have you heard? A company CEO is coming to give a speech at our school. And he's so handsome, it's infuriating. Come on, let's go see the handsome guy. If I can handle Bo Jinlan's level of looks, how handsome could this one be? So she refused directly. Not interested. I need to study. You go ahead. But the next second, she was dragged away. Study what? Let's go see the handsome guy. It's a rare chance. If we're late, we'll miss it. That would be such a waste. Arriving at the scene, she realized it was packed with people. Is all this necessary? Jiang Yaoyao began to wonder just how handsome this person could be to cause such frenzy. Then came the sound of footsteps, signaling the protagonist's entrance. The previously noisy venue instantly fell silent. So exciting. He's here. He's finally here. Everyone in the venue gasped in admiration. So handsome. Too handsome to approach. We can only worship from afar. Jiang Yaoyao was also stunned by the man. The man who had been constantly appearing in her thoughts was actually today's handsome CEO speaker. Bo Jinlan stood there in a custom-made suit that perfectly displayed his masculine charm. He rarely wore glasses, making his every gesture more captivating. Hello everyone, I'm Bo Jinlan. Hearing the man's introduction, Jiang Yaoyao finally came to her senses. Why did this man suddenly come to her school? No wonder he hadn't shown up for days. He was planning this all along. The man regretted it. Why had he let that little girl off so easily last night? If he had known, he would have sealed the deal and made her completely his. Otherwise, that little girl wouldn't be coveted by others, walking away with someone else while chatting and laughing, leaving the man brooding alone. Since you don't want me to be seen, I'll publicly claim my rights to prevent some blind fools from taking my wife away. And so Bo Jinlong, as a business elite, appeared dignifiedly on the podium. Seeing Jiang Yaoyao's stunned face below, Bo Jinlong remained composed. He knew his appearance would cause a stir. Despite all precautions, it still couldn't be prevented. While hearing the waves of admiration around her, Jiang Yaoyao was thinking about how to avoid any connection with this man. She didn't want to be torn apart by these women. Yet she had to admit, this man's charm was unrivaled. He probably had countless admirers with just a crook of his finger. It seemed that wherever he was, everything else became dim, with only him shining brightly. This was also why she kept rejecting him. Having too many people coveting your man wasn't a good thing. She still couldn't fully trust his feelings for her, so she stood up to leave. She'd seen him already. Staying would only upset her. But unexpectedly, someone called out to stop her. How precise! She couldn't even escape without being noticed immediately. The next moment, the professor handed her flowers and asked her to present them to Bo Jinlong as a student representative. No way! Let someone else have this honor. She quickly refused. Professor, I have urgent matters. Please find someone else. But the professor looked serious. You're our school's recognized beauty queen, representing our school's image. How could we randomly choose someone else? Before Jiang Yaoyao could refuse again, she was pushed forward. Don't these things need discussion first? So she had to go on stage reluctantly. To avoid Bo Jinlong recognizing her, she covered her face completely with the flowers. Those few simple steps made her heart race with every move. She kept thinking, don't see me, don't see me. But one sentence from that dog of a man made all her efforts meaningless. Thank you, Student Jiang, for the roses. He did it on purpose. This man definitely did it on purpose. Under everyone's gaze, Jiang Yaoyao didn't want to interact with him more. She extended her hand with the flowers, planning to let go as soon as he took them. In this situation, even the smallest movement could be magnified by people. But the next second, Jiang Yaoyao's eyes widened. Her mind went blank, because he directly put his hands on her neck. The warm touch, how shameless, still trying to take advantage at a time like this. But that wasn't all. The dogman even gently pinched her. The gesture was extremely intimate, but now Jiang Yaoyao just wanted to curse his entire family. The push and pull of adult romance was just this thrilling. The CEO, who had been keeping her hidden away, finally couldn't control himself and wanted to claim his rightful position. How many times had he wanted to walk openly with his beloved, to freely declare his ownership of the woman? But without winning her heart, he could only endure and follow her pace. He had always been a good boy. Unexpectedly, people thought they had a chance and started having designs on his wife. So even though Jiang Yaoyao kept trying to control the situation and maintain distance from him, he deliberately pretended not to notice. He held her extended hand, and Bo Jinlong was overjoyed inside. But Jiang Yaoyao wanted to strangle him. This dog of a man actually squeezed her hand in public, and it's such a formal, serious occasion, in front of the whole school's leaders and students. This scoundrel. She could barely control herself from beating him until his own mother wouldn't recognize him. But reason told her otherwise. Control yourself, or she would really become infamous. Fortunately, everyone's attention was on the dog man's face. Then came the Q&A session, and Bo Jinlong extraordinarily showed his gentlemanly side by accepting all questions. With such an opportunity, the girls who had been swooning over him couldn't let it pass. What type of girls does CEO Bo like? This made Jiang Yaoyao curious too, and she perked up her ears. She wanted to see how this dog man would answer. Everyone appreciates beauty. I'm just an ordinary person, so I'm no exception. Unexpectedly, a male student jumped in. How about Jiang Yaoyao, who just presented you flowers? Is she your type? She's our school's acknowledged beauty queen, unrivaled for 4 years. Suddenly hearing her name, Jiang Yaoyao was startled. Hey classmate, who are you? Are you deliberately trying to set me up? Why mention my name? If a beauty like student Jiang is interested in me, I would certainly be delighted. No way. Speaking so directly and flirtatiously made Jiang Yaoyao's heart race and face flush instantly. Seeing everyone's teasing reactions, Jiang Yaoyao gave up struggling. Explaining would probably be useless anyway. Just then, the professor came to her rescue. Thank you, CEO Bo, for taking time to visit our school. Today's lecture ends here. Please exit in an orderly manner. Before she could leave, she received a message from the dogman, asking her to meet at the parking lot in 10 minutes. Still angry, Jiang Yaoyao wouldn't be so obedient. Not going, definitely not going. But before she could send her refusal, Bo Jinlan had already anticipated it and directly threatened that she would face the consequences if she didn't come. She's jealous. She's finally jealous. After her boyfriend's series of peacocking moves, though he successfully showed his charm to his girlfriend, it made her mistakenly think he was a playboy who flirted around, making all the school's women swoon over him. As a result, his girlfriend nearly bit his finger off, almost making him disabled. Just now, the still angry Jiang Yaoyao came furiously to the man. What exactly do you want? If students saw them meeting, wouldn't it be like officially announcing their relationship? How could she have any peace at school after that? But the man went straight for her weakness. You haven't had lunch, right? Want some cake? At the mention of food, Jiang Yaoyao became interested. Getting in the car, she went straight to the point. What cake? I saw a popular shop on the way and bought some. Then he took out the cake. Knowing you like sweets, I specially chose strawberry flavor. The man's thoughtfulness made Jiang Yaoyao a bit flustered. But food is innocent, especially when it looks and tastes so good. Indeed, men are the real schemers. Seeing Jiang Yaoyao struggle, Bo Jinlan further tempted her. Would you like to try some? Looking at the delicious food right in front of her, smelling its fragrance, Jiang Yaoyao completely surrendered. It's right in front of her. How could she waste it? She directly called a truce with the man, setting aside all worries, happily enjoying the food. It was incredibly delicious. Jiang Yaoyao instantly revived, full of energy. By the way, you haven't told me why you wanted to see me. I'm returning to the capital tomorrow. I came to tell you before leaving. Actually, you didn't need to go through all this trouble. You could have just told me on WeChat. What if someone sees us? Meanwhile, Bo Jinlan was staring at her intently. Why do you keep staring at me? Bo Jinlan reminded her. You have cream on your face. Hearing this, Yaoyao quickly tried to wipe it off, but couldn't find the exact spot. Where? The next second, a hand touched her cheek, and a soft whisper came. Let me help you wipe it. Looking up at the man before her, she realized how close they were, close enough to hear each other's breathing. She really suspected this man was deliberately trying to seduce her, and her heart, as always, betrayed her by racing at such moments. It's not fair. Why is it always like this? Why can his casual actions make her heart race and face flush, while he remains completely composed, remembering how he acted like a perfect gentleman on stage earlier, enchanting all the female students in school? He's such a player. Getting increasingly angry, Jiang Yaoyao bit the man's finger that was gently stroking her. The sudden pain made Bo Jinlan cry out. Why did you bite me out of nowhere? How dare you ask? You're so shameless. Don't you have any self-awareness? The angry Jiang Yaoyao suddenly felt the cake wasn't appealing anymore. It's all because this dog of a man was flirting around. Men really are no good. Unexpectedly, Bo Jinlan took her hand and put her cake into his mouth, not caring that she had used it. He even commented, not bad. Though it's a bit sweet, I like it. This shocked Jiang Yaoyao. He used the same fork as her. Isn't this an indirect kiss? Really embarrassing. How did it happen to be so coincidental? She directly fell onto his sensitive area. The growing thing beneath her hand made her even more mortified. This is it. She really can't show her face anymore. It turned out that because Bo Jinlan used her fork, leading to an indirect kiss. To ease the awkward atmosphere, the flustered Jiang Yaoyao lied about having dinner plans with her roommate, wanting to escape quickly. Looking back, she saw her professor knocking persistently at the window, giving her a shock. No way. Professor Su? Why is he here? Can he see me in the car? She hurriedly tried to hide. Quick, help block me. Hearing the continuous knocking, before Bo Jinlan could react, Jiang Yaoyao pounced on him and pulled at his clothes. Quick, give me your clothes. It was rare to see this little girl so proactive, though in this situation, there was no need to strip him so directly. Meanwhile, Professor Chu, standing by the car, started wondering. He clearly saw CEO Bo come here. Why hasn't there been any response for so long? Just then the car window slowly lowered. Professor, did you need something? The principal said since CEO Bo rarely visits, we must host a proper dinner. Would you have time? I'm sorry, I have other arrangements today. No need to trouble yourselves. In that case, we won't keep you from your business. Please do join us next time when you have the chance. After the pleasantries, Bo Jinlan immediately closed the window, checking on Jiang Yaoyao's situation. It's okay. Your professor has left. You can come out now. Just as he lifted his clothes, he saw Jiang Yaoyao obediently crouching by his legs, with a cute and docile expression, her watery eyes staring straight at him. Has he really left? Bo Jinlan found it hard to handle for a moment, quickly controlling his emotions and suppressing his impulses. She's such a little enchantress, he almost lost control. But the next second, this oblivious woman completely dispelled the intimate atmosphere that had just built up. Great, finally escaped safely. The next moment turned tragic. Too pleased with herself, she lost her balance and fell straight towards the man's lower body. The sudden accident caught Bo Jinlan off guard. He could only watch as Jiang Yaoyao fell onto his sensitive area. What terrible luck I have today. She could feel something gradually growing beneath her hand. Jiang Yaoyao felt like dying from embarrassment. Oh no, this is awkward.